Felicitations, adventurers! Welcome to Incredibly Indie, where we showcase TTRPGs you've probably never heard of. I'm Taylor Felicity, and I'm here with Sunny, Mila, and Rue to play Goblin Errands by Martin Nerurkar of Shark Bomb Studios, who gave us a PDF of the game to play for this stream, so thank you so much, Shark Bomb Studios, for that. I am going to talk a little bit more about what the game is and different things that you can do if you're watching the stream, but before that, I'm going to throw it over to my players to introduce themselves, and we're going to start with Sunny.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me, first of all. I'm Sunny, loving Sunny. Any pronouns for me, they, them's usually safe. Good luck finding me anywhere right now, to be honest. Just this is it. Hi. It's great to be here. I'm very excited.
Enjoy them while they're here. You won't find them anywhere else. It's a limited time.
Good luck. It's this.
Mila, I'll throw it over to you to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Mila. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm here to play a fun little goblin.
Yeah. And then Rue.
Hey everyone, I'm Rue. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm excited to be just a goofy little guy. Yes. Very different from regular life.
Sometimes you just gotta be a goofy little guy. Oh, let me do the command so that everyone's links appear in chat. You should definitely check all of these fine people out at the other places you can find them, or maybe you can't find them, as the case may be. And like I said,
not be there.
Yeah, yeah. Click on Sunny's links and see where they are. Maybe they're there, maybe they're not. It's like Where's Waldo or like Carmen Sandiego. You're just clicking.
That's what I was thinking. Where in the world is Sunny loving Sunny?
Just going to all these different websites. So the game that we're playing today is called Goblin Errands, and it is a game that uses mostly D6s. The basic mechanic of the game is that the players have different stats, and when they're trying to do something with those stats, they will roll a number of D6s equal to whatever their rank is in that stat. And the stats are things like hands, legs, eyes, mouth, those types of things. And that just made me remember that I don't even have the PDF for this game open, which I probably should, so that I can refer to it if I need to. There is also a mechanic of the game that is called focus, and the way that focus works is it's basically the one brain cell that everyone, that all the goblins share, with the notable exception of Sunny's character, whose works a little bit different. But characters get the focus by having funny or creative moments, and they can spend that focus to do special abilities. So during the game, the tall person, which is what this game calls the GM, aka me, can award the focus to different players. But also players can say, oh, that was really good, I think you should get the focus. And I will say, if you're in chat and watching this, you can also say, that was really funny, like, this player should get the focus now. And, you know, if we see it, which you probably will, and if we agree, then, you know, you saying something in chat could mean that somebody else gets the focus. Only one player can have the focus at a time. So if you have it and you don't spend it and it gets awarded to someone else, you can try to do something in that like split second before you lose it. But otherwise, you'll just have to wait to try to get it again. And actually, the game suggests that people use a spoon to work as the focus, like if you're playing in person. And since we're not playing in person, I have yeah, some of the players have spoons. I also have a little spoon on the overlay that's a little GIF that whenever someone gets the focus, I'll move that to them. There is also a fork, but I think we'll talk about that when it comes up, what the fork is for. There are some other things that you can do in addition to telling us if you think someone should get the focus. The first thing you can do is if there's a moment during the game that you would like to see on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or other short form vertical content, you can make a marker in the stream. So if you just do exclamation point followed by the word marker, In chat, it'll make a stream marker that I can go back to later and make a clip of, because I know in the moment when you're watching a stream, you're like, I don't really want to stop and make a clip because I'm going to miss what's happening, or I'm watching on mobile, and clipping is annoying to do on mobile. So you can just use that command, and it helps me out a lot. Another thing that you can do is I do have some incentives for tips and donations. Tips would be through Twitch or through Ko-fi that go directly to the players. Donations, I do have a fundraiser going right now for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So when I say tips and donations, that is two separate things. But both would have the same outcome. So if you use either tips or donations of $2, you can give a bonus to a player of your choice, which is basically be a +1 to their dice pool that they can use whenever they'd like. $5 gives all players a +1 to their dice pool, and for $10, I will add a complication to the game. You can do, like I said, bits. You can click on the Ko-fi link, or if you donate to the fundraiser through Twitch for the PCRF, any of those things count as giving people those bonuses or complications for $10. Make things a little bit more complicated for the players. And then the last thing that you can do to help the stream, congratulations! You're already doing it, whether you're watching us live right now on Twitch or whether you're watching the VOD on YouTube later. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the stream, and I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. I do have a quick content note for the game, kind of two things. The first one is that Goblin Errands is a game that presents goblins as underdogs living in a world that wasn't made for them and where humans tend to treat them as a nuisance. We won't be drawing any intentional parallels to real-life marginalized groups during the stream today, but because that is an experience that many marginalized groups share, there may be some unintentional parallels. So we're not trying to be like, this is just like this thing in the real world, but because marginalized groups are a lot of times treated in that way, it could, get close to some of that stuff. On another note, some of these goblins are pretty gross little grubby guys, so there will most likely be some gross out moments and gross out humor during the game. Since this is obviously a live stream, I don't have a comprehensive list of content warnings, but I feel comfortable saying that things may get a little bit gross. So, with all of that being said, oh, I almost forgot one last thing that you can do. I forgot to put in my notes, and so I didn't say it. I do have channel points with Twitch, which if you're not familiar with Twitch, channel points are a free currency, basically, that you get just for watching the stream or following, different things like that. And some of the channel points will do things to the overlay, will play sounds, different stuff like that. I'll actually do one right now so people can see what it's like, which this one is Stinky Gobbo Time. And it makes little stink lines come up on the cameras for the goblin players. Not for me, though. I'm not stinky. So there's different things like that you can do during the stream to play sounds or have things like that come up on the overlay that are fun. So please do them, because I love when people do it. Okay, that's everything that I need to say before we actually get to the game itself. So, imagine, if you will, a world where human beings never domesticated pigeons on a wide scale. If even the tiniest change can affect the course of history, imagine what a drastic change like that would look like. Perhaps in this reality, the line of evolution for pigeons veered in a different direction entirely, or maybe humankind found a different creature more suitable for their messenger needs. For tonight's adventure, I want you all to imagine a New York City bereft of pigeons. What sort of creature might fill that void? In this version of reality, for whatever reason, that void has been filled by goblins. In this New York, humans and goblins live side by side, and by that I mean there's a settlement of goblins, known as a Goblin Ken, living by the side of the Hudson River, and more specifically in their own neighborhood under the George Washington Bridge on the Manhattan side. Visitors to the Goblin Ken are greeted by a hand-painted sign that's worn down so much that only some of the original letters can be seen, those letters spelling out MUCKO, all in caps. More recently, someone has written a slogan or clarification below, reading, "It stands for something." MUCKO has been here since the city's founding, although goblin architecture looks significantly different from human architecture. Some homes are built high up in the structure of the bridge, others are entered through tunnels in the ground. There is a flotilla of houseboats on the river itself, tied and built together into such a tangle they have formed an island of their own. And some houses, of course, are built more traditionally on land. So I would love for each of you to tell me something else that visitors would notice about MUCKO. The sights, the smells, the flavors, the textures. What else do you think people would see when they come to MUCKO for the first time?
It smells exceptionally bad. You know that you're near MUCKO because you can be like, oh, that's MUCKO. You know what? Let's go up a block.
Let's take a little detour. I will say, as bad as MUCKO usually smells, today it's hitting a little different. It's even stinkier than usual today, and maybe we'll find out why in a little bit, but the baseline of stink is already pretty high today. I think even some goblins are like, this is ripe.
Oh no.
This is a ripe location.
The market for clothespins to put on your nose is rocketing up in
Yeah.
the goblin
And also
stock
there's
market.
probably a bunch of that around and a bunch of everything else around. There's probably a lot of stuff everywhere too in this place, I would say.
Yeah, like what kinds of things do you think? I'm imagining almost like there's like some like piles around, like community piles of like different things. What do you think, Sunny, some of the like hot ticket items that goblins have in their piles are?
Okay, so definitely the clothes that for the nose today. Mm-hmm. That's the like, if you've played Animal Crossing, that's the hot selling item of the day.
Yeah.
It's double priced everywhere.
Yeah, Tom Nook is here.
Oh no. But also like some, I would say marbles. Marbles.
Oh yeah.
Like very shiny, like when the sun hits just right, they're just like way too pretty, and there's like they strategically put in little piles and stuff for grabbing attention.
Yeah.
I don't know, more shiny things. I can only think of marbles.
That's
it. Marble is the only shiny thing that exists, actually. But that's
marbles and clothespins. Rue, do you have anything to add about what a visitor would notice upon arriving at MUCKO?
I think that there is one goblin that is like just like a single goblin that is frantically trying to organize things. Like it is the one goblin that just they were born with the gene that needs things to be in their proper place and had the misfortune of being born a goblin. They're like, why?
Maybe
why would you do this to me, universe?
they're calling up to an uncaring god. Yeah, maybe the piles are from that specific goblin. Maybe the piles are a newer
that is
thing.
the like attempt to be like, this could be organized.
This could be organized
chaos.
into piles.
Yeah.
There is there's gonna be a big party this evening in MUCKO to celebrate the beginning of summer. So it's early summer. It's mostly an occasion to dance, so it's kind of like a huge dance party. It's mostly goblins. It's not unheard of for some humans to be there, but it is mostly goblins. And as you are going about your morning, what are your hopes for this dance party? Or what are you doing to prepare yourself? What are like the vibes basically on this exceptionally stinky summer day? And as you answer, you can go ahead and describe your character. And whoever wants to go first can go first.
I can go. Bartholomew, who is currently wearing his fanciest tie, getting ready for the dance. It's also his only tie. He probably found it in the garbage. But that's not what's important. What's important is that he is around and he is trying his very hardest to make sure that this is a good party, whatever it is for, because he knows about it and he just needs to tell everyone the proper way to party. He's there to make sure that people know what they're doing and that it's his way, because he knows he knows how to party. He definitely has partied many a time, and he's just probably making people go away from the party before they even arrive, but that's okay. He's trying, and he is, telling people extensively how to party.
It's like when you go to like volunteer for something and then like one of the volunteers is like really like, well, you really have to do things this way. And you're like, why am I here?
I actually wanted to come here. I don't want to anymore.
I actually want to leave.
Not
You're actually making me not want to help people.
Yeah. Exactly. That is it. That is Bartholomew.
So just kind of going around hours and hours before the party starts, just making sure everyone is on the same page, and
yes.
And that page is your page.
Yes, this page. It's page 339. Specifically, this is the page that you should be in.
Good. What about which of the other two you wants to go next to talk about your goblin?
I can go. Ruff leaves his little burrow that he has created, and he comes up with a rat that is almost about the same size as him. This is rat. So this is Ruff and Rattholomew. And no shortening of the name, please. And he takes a stand and a deep breath in. That's my MUCKO. And he starts just walking around. And I think he's going to go and say good morning to his animal friends. So other rats that are around. They are currently plotting to overthrow the New York government. Who of course is anti-rat.
They're trying to evict them.
They're trying to evict them. They're trying to get rid of my friends, and I can't abide by that.
The rats run this city.
That is the one thing uniting us, isn't it? That is the one thing that like that Ruff and Bartholomew have in common. That like yes. Overthrow them.
The rats and Bartholomew each have their own plans for the city. I should also say, Shark Bomb Studios has been in chat for the beginning of this. They just said they had to take off, but thanks so much for catching the beginning of this. And then also, I forgot to say this too, but my mom is in chat and subscribed. So thanks, Mom, for the
Oh my
god. So yeah, and did you describe what your character looks like, Mila?
Sure,
just
didn't.
that they're the same size as a rat.
about a little bit bigger. This is just less that I'm a small. So the thing is, it's not so much that I'm around the size as a rat. It's just Bartholomew is a really big rat. Again, a pretty normal New York rat, but still pretty big.
Well, okay, how tall is Ruff? Do you think?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
according to Bartholomew. Let me check.
Bartholomew's gonna check
goblins.
his records.
The size of goblins in this place.
Measures us all.
I see a lot of knees.
It's 9.
9. I get
Yes.
kicked a lot.
9.
Cars
It's
don't really
precise.
see me.
I don't know what 9 of what, but 9.
9 something.
9.
Yeah, what else does Rolf look like?
Rolf is it's just like any goblin.
You're being so shady about anything about what your character looks like. You're like, I won't say how tall they are.
All right.
I know you know what
That's
they look like because you made a picture of them.
Me and Rolf. So Mila and Rolf don't know how tall Rolf is.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. But Rolf's a bit grumpy looking. When you first look at him and see his hands, you think, oh, those are furry hands. And then you think, no, that's just fur on his hands. So his hands, fur covered from just petting all of the animals that they can possibly pet. They have a little fish hook earring. Wasn't on purpose, it just happened to get there.
This is cool.
Who knows? A lot of their clothes are just like scraps or like garbage bags if they have to. And they have a little like kind of monk like ponytail on the top of their head. So it's bald and then just with the ponytail.
The Zuko.
And
the early Zuko.
The early Zuko.
Yes.
And they just look always very grumpy.
Really
They're a very grumpy little creature.
Rue, that just leaves your character. What are they doing and what do they look like?
Yeah, so Unks is they've like created a little space that is on like a second story of a place. Maybe they're even like above wherever Rolf lives, and they have like I don't know, like they've taken like some metal scaffolding and stuff and kind of created like a pseudo like walk up, New York walk up. They could have made life easier for themselves and just been on the ground floor, but they're really inspired by what these New Yorker tall people are doing. They were like, I could do that. Their place is very like multicolored, and they have like music playing from somewhere. Maybe they stole like a radio somewhere, like traded for one. So they've got like the vibe of like, as we get into shot of Unks, is like someone who's like getting ready for a party. So you like see like them like gelling their hair, which is like a bright kind of lavender pink color, like in a mohawk kind of form. So they're like gelling it up with something questionable. It doesn't look like a great gel substance. It looks like maybe like some muck or where something that they found in a pile somewhere. It's I wouldn't do it, but Unks is a trailblazer.
Some clay.
I like that you immediately went on.
I would do this.
Let me be clear. Unks and I are very different.
Yeah, for anyone in chat, if you're not familiar, we're playing a role-playing game. Where
I don't know what you're talking about.
The characters you'll be seeing today may or may not have very much in common with who we are as people. This is so good. I'm trying to think
they're just getting ready. And they got like a little muscle tee on that's got some like little graphic guys on it. I think they've got like little like goblins stamped onto it, like kind of crudely drawn goblins.
Yeah.
that like maybe someone who's a little more artistic in the Ken like made for them, and they're like, yeah, look at this. I think they take a lot of like ideas that they see tall people do, so they're like, I don't know, they wear like stuff with like tall people faces on it, so I'm gonna do that with goblins. They're like, it's kind of weird. It was a little scary because I thought that tall person had two faces, but it was just their shirt. Is how like they were like, we got like a little flashback of us explaining this to like the goblin making it, and I'm on my face, but like on my shirt.
So it's Unx's face. It's not just like another goblin. It's Unx's face on their shirt.
All over their shirt, yeah.
You have face blindness for humans, so you're like, I guess that's the same. It's like Taylor Swift or something. You're like, yeah, I guess that's the same.
Yeah, they're just like getting ready. They're kind of like bopping to the music and getting ready as they're preparing for the party. They will not be there hours early. They will possibly be there fashionably late.
I really thought you were about to say left turn to say they will not be there.
They will not be there. They'll be partying at home, actually.
Oh my god. They will not be in attendance.
That's
like out the window. Bartholomew was there. That's not a party. Starts calling friends. Come to my house instead. We're gonna make the party here.
We're gonna protest party outside.
Yeah. So at some point during the day, I don't know how this exactly would happen. Maybe you're just each kind of like pulled aside, and by Melanie's in chat, and it just has a little, I don't think you all can hear it, I think only I can hear it, but it plays Nicki Minaj song, so I was like, oh. So you are all kind of like gathered by Nastor, the Majesty of Muckwater, who is the, I guess you could say, like, monarch of MUCKO. I don't think that this is like that organized. Like, I think Nastor says that and people are like, okay, yeah, like he's kind of in charge. Like, I think the form of government here is probably a little looser than what Nastor believes it to be. But he is, he has like very bright green skin and completely bald, but has like a crown. And it is like it's not a Burger King crown. I think it's made of plastic. But it is that same kind of like vibe of like the very like classic looking, just like gold crown, that kind of slides around on his head a little bit, his bald head. And also a cape that's made of like red velvet and trimmed. And actually, I think the rumor is that his cape is made of the pants from a Santa Claus costume, that he kind of cut out the parts that he wanted. And some poor SantaCon attendee, Nastor ended up with their pants and turned it into a cape. So I think there's like a little kind of scene of like Nastor kind of coming to each of you and kind of being like, hey, I need you for something. I need you for something. And like recruiting each of you. And just for the sake of time, I think we'll have that be like a little montage of each of you getting grabbed by Nastor, who brings you, like has you gather over at his place, which is kind of looks like a more human-y kind of like house, but it is just like one room basically. So it's like brick and mortar and like looks, but it's just like you open the door and it's like that's his house. And there's a throne, of course. I think the throne is largely made of cutlery. So it's like the Game of Thrones throne, but it's spoons and forks and butter knives. That's been in his family for generations, because this is a legacy title he inherited. the title of Majesty of Muckwater. And he says, okay, so, you guys know there's this party tonight, of course. You all look great. I know you're all getting ready for it. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's kind of a stink in the air lately. Like the past couple days, it's been getting worse and worse. And so, you know, the party's supposed to be cool and people are going to be dancing and, you know, like maybe some people have a crush on somebody and they want to be able to dance up on them, and they're not going to be able to dance up on them if everybody stinks real bad. And so the thing is that the reason why it's so stinky today, maybe you noticed this when you like tried to use your water and stuff, our water got shut off today. So we have you, and I think actually you all would know out of character, there's two main ways that MUCKO gets water. Obviously not from the Hudson River. even though you're right next to it, that is not where you're getting your water.
Even goblins don't get water.
Goblins are like, we're not going to be drinking that. So the two main ways that you get your water is, the first is a series of basically like gutters throughout the city that collect rainwater and bring them to MUCKO, which is used for like non-potable water things like showering, bathing, like all of that kind of stuff. The other way that you get your water is just city water, just plumbing. Like this place has been here since the beginning of New York City, so of course the water and sewer does service MUCKO. And you may have
we're special. See, just saying.
So you would have noticed this morning if you went to like turn on just the water from like your faucet, or even like the houses that don't have their own faucets and things like that. Like there's like public faucets and things in MUCKO. That you would have noticed that the water is completely shut off. And the gutter thing, also potentially you would know that the main problem with these gutters is that, like all gutters, they need to be cleaned sometimes. But when they get full of, you know, leaves and gunk and whatever else, you have to be like kind of strong to be able to shovel all of this stuff out of the gutters. And none of you are strong. All of you goblins are very small. You all have a 0 stat for your frame. So whenever this happens, it tends to be this problem where the gutters get, you know, more and more dirty, and then the goblins are trying to find someone who they can hire to clean it out. But most humans don't want to do it because it's really hard work because it's miles and miles of gutter that is like full of stuff that they need to clean out. And also the goblins most of you don't really understand money in the traditional sense. So the pay is very erratic for whatever is being offered for this job. So that's like kind of the background information that you would all know as like residents of MUCKO who have been living here for a while. So Nastor says, I would really like if today, before the party, if you guys could find somebody to clean out the gutters, some tall person to get the gutters cleaned out so everyone could take baths and showers and whatnot. And also if you get the water turned on because it's summer and it's hot and we need to drink water. So, and we really need both turned on because if we don't have the gutter water, the water bill from the city is like super high. So we really need the gutter water and we need the city water. The city water thing might be, maybe they just need to be paid. I don't really know, but you three are just so, you're so competent, you're so good at what you do, and so I thought the three of yous could, maybe handle this.
Of course, Your Majesty. Yes, of course.
I mean, I think it smells great.
Rolf is just like, I didn't notice anything. Maybe you're sensitive.
I thought it smelled pretty good today.
It's an improvement, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, I have heard complaints. I have heard goblins. Yes, they have complained. It is stinky.
They just don't appreciate what makes MUCKO so good. And part of that is, in fact, the absolute stench.
Alex is just like shaking his head.
But hey, you know what? If you guys want,
happened before, water turning off. I don't know. Majesty.
You want it fixed? I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Everything needs to be in moderation, because if there's no one here to appreciate the muck, why is even the point of the muck? So it needs to be a little muck.
Without goblin or human interference, it can take over. It will be a utopia of muck, but sure. We'll enjoy the muck.
Sure.
Roth is like, one day the muck will take over and we will all be free.
No, the muck will be free. Yeah. We will meet an untimely end. Yeah. But the muck will be free.
It's not about us, it's about the muck.
It's the Grey Goo theory, but it's the muck.
Once, I don't know why I'm doing this. Once the muck takes over.
Because it's speaking to you.
Yeah, but not in a way that I like. Once the muck takes over, then the pigeons can return.
No,
what?
Not this again.
The what?
The pigeons can return.
Ruff, we have talked about
Ruff,
this.
you can't just make up words, because
there are no
look, we
pigeons.
already got the goblin that makes up words. We can't have more than one.
We have talked about this. There's no topic. There's no pigeon anywhere in goblin history. It's not written anywhere. I have read everything.
We don't write a lot of stuff down.
Just
that's why you can. That's why Mew can read it all. There's really not that much
everything.
to read.
So therefore,
all I'm saying is I saw a pigeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know about all the stuff you guys are talking about.
Listen, Majesty's like, we are really off the rails right now.
Okay,
water, please.
I'm gonna be honest, okay? I was kind of sugarcoating things earlier when I said you were all really competent and I thought you could do this. The truth is, you know, you guys don't have any titles. You've done nothing for the community, and I just think, don't you look shocked at me? You know very well you don't have any titles.
Hunks is like rolling up their sleeves with their tattoos and like trying their best to look kind of intimidating. They just look like kind of skinny.
I thought maybe I would try to do it the nice way, but then it kind of devolved into whatever that was. So, if
this is my title, I have it right here. I have it right here. Sir. Your Excellency, sir.
What is a pigeon?
Yeah, what is a pigeon? That's what we're all wondering.
Finally, you're getting on our...
Really?
No, I like the first question.
Do we trade
better.
with it? No.
It brings
also,
you around.
Just out of game, I would like to propose that maybe the spoon go to Mila for the
Yes.
the Mucktopia.
You're absolutely right.
I 100% agree.
Actually, also, I think maybe Bartholomew should get the 4.
Frustration? I get my frustration.
You get your frustration.
For
first of all, being called Mew, and then also the titles, being told you have no titles.
Others will say Mew so often.
So I said I would mention this more when it came up, but Bartholomew.
It isn't real. Let's say it now. I am frustrated. It's real. I'm working my sparks now.
I'm more. Well, it looks great. I'm a little worried you're gonna poke yourself. But...
Yeah, me too. It's not a good idea. I will do it. Yeah. It's okay. I'm frustrated. It's fine.
The playbook that Sonia's playing, instead of getting focus, has their own thing called frustration that works kind of similarly to focus, where they can have it or they can spend it to do a special ability. But they don't get focus. They already have focus. They have more than enough focus. So instead they get frustration. Yes, Mila, you have the focus, or I should say Roth has the focus, Bartholomew has the frustration. And Nastor is just like, I don't really care what your personal philosophies are about whether you think there should be muck, there shouldn't be muck. Maybe Roth, maybe you'll find some muck in the gutters. Maybe if you want to clean the gutters out yourself, there's probably plenty of muck in there that you could use. But all I can say is if there's not going to be clean water, then I think a lot of people are not going to come to this party. So I think we're all going to be suffering. And I was also thinking of doing a sprinkler thing during the party. So, cause it's so hot out, so there could be like water going and all this stuff. So, I thought that my brother was supposed to go, well, not supposed to go pay. I thought, he's been using a lot of water lately. So I kind of thought that maybe Elon was like gonna be cleaning out the gutters or something like that, but so maybe you could go talk to Elon and see if there's something going on with him, if he's used up all our water. I don't really know, but we got to get this water thing sorted out. And then you can have titles.
What? Sorry?
Titles.
Oh. I thought you said strudels.
Yeah.
God, I heard that.
I mean, if it'll motivate you, if it'll get you guys into this, I can get you some
titles
strudel.
And strudels once we figure out this water thing.
Yeah, titles and strudels.
I mean, we need to pay a guy. I'm sure I can do that. I mean, definitely. I have paid people before.
Oh, okay.
Tall people.
There might be some money at the swap shop near Times Square. I don't know really what's going on with that, but like there might be some money on the shelves. So maybe you could name drop me and they'll just give you some money. I don't really know. Some like quarters or something. I think dimes. I think might be sitting around. And I'll say actually, Bartholomew, when you hear of the swap shop at near Times Square, that reminds you of something. There's a goblin that lives in this Ken who, I don't know how often you've like been around him or seen him, named Clanky. His full name is Clanky on the Head.
Oh my god. I love him.
Who supposedly knows how to count and often works at the swap shop near Times Square. So maybe if you could, if you could get him something cool, maybe he could give you some tips on counting.
Yeah. I mean, not that I don't know how to count.
Obviously, you don't. Yeah, you don't need them, but
yeah, but it's
for other people.
Always guess. My cousin, he can't count, and I'm not a good teacher. Of course. Yes, I will. Yes. Talk to this cranky.
Yeah. So just to like kind of summarize the kind of things that you all could do. You could go talk to Elon to see what's up with the water. You could just try to find someone to clean out the gutters. Probably a human. Usually it's a human who does it. You could go to the Times Square swap shop to see if you could get some money there. Like maybe it is like you have to like go to the like office of like the water. Like
yes, we'll go to the water office.
Center. Yeah. And pay for the water. Maybe that's why it's been shut off. Or like really if there's any other things that you all want to do, you totally can. The way that the game basically works is that there's a series of complications that you all are trying to kind of solve to get whatever your titles or the things that you're trying to accomplish. There are also side quests that you can do. Which like, you know, talking to Clanky and learning how to count would like be a side quest, that can give you titles. So, and that's kind of like a prestige kind of thing. If we were playing a campaign of this, I think titles also help you like level up, like you can get more abilities and things like that if you have titles. But yeah, none of you have them for whatever reason. Maybe, I know I think before the stream, someone mentioned being a transplant from someplace else. So maybe you just don't have titles here, but like wherever you lived before you did. Maybe one of you is very antisocial. And so maybe just hasn't done a lot of things that would earn a title. But yeah, you can basically choose whatever you want to do next, where you want to go. You can split up if you want. You can also stay together and do things. It's totally up to you. What do you think you all want to do?
Mew wants to learn how to count. Don't tell him I called him Mew, but Mew wants to learn how to count.
Yeah.
And he, you know, actually, yeah, I think the best course of action for this is that we fix the problem at a time because we're very small. And, you know, it may not be a good idea to, because how are we going to talk to each other and see that the other one actually did what they were supposed to do, you know? Not saying that I don't trust you, but how are we going to know? And, you know, this cranky guy, he appears to know what, allegedly knows what he's doing. He may know about counting. And I know too, so, you know, it would be good to talk to someone, you know, that also knows. So I think we should do that. Clearly it's the best choice, but what do you think?
Is that I momentarily forgot where this would be. This is the person that is in Times Square, or that was just like a separate. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
That's for like trying to get money to
pay money
for the
yes. To either pay, I mean, getting money in general, but like to either pay if you need to pay the city for water, which is unclear, or also paying a tall person to clean out the gutters. Either way, money would be helpful.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I know how Times Square works, so I'm pretty good at talking to tall people. I do it pretty often. Like, I'm just trying to do the thing of like, it's not really that big a deal, but it obviously is a really big deal to Unks. Humble brag. That's what that was.
Yeah. Humble brag.
I also think that like for Mew, like to Roth, they're like a real micro mungo, and they're trying to say micromanager.
Yeah.
But they only
Real
kind of heard it.
micromonger. I agree.
Micromonger.
Yeah.
Sell micros.
Unks is like kind of like tapping rough. I used to call it micro. That's before I knew what it was really said. Sometimes with you just get your words mixed up, but now I know.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's just like now no one's gonna pull one over on me.
Please. Are we even in the point of spending focus at the like, because I think Unks would that was a very nice moment, but only one person could have the focus.
Yeah, to switch. Yeah, maybe. I think Mila, you're gonna lose the focus. Do you want to do something to spend it really quick before it goes over to someone else?
Like my spoon.
Yes, spoon. No.
There is also a way that you can, if you want to do something that requires a spoon, but you don't have the focus, you can also do that. I forget exactly how it works. I have to look, but it's you basically like roll for it, or there are like more complications. I think it's overextending. I remember is what it's called. So yeah, is there something that you want to do with the focus last second before you?
Can I use it to pull? I don't know how good we are with geography and getting around, not Arcan, but can I pull a map of New York's of the subway out of my pocket?
Oh yeah. Are you doing like unlikely knowledge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, confident. Absolutely. Exactly. No question marks.
That's amazing. I have a map, actually. How good are you wanting to count?
I absolutely got it for Bartholomew to use for sleeping. But it just so happens
that it is a map. So unlikely knowledge, which I think this would be, is spend the focus to introduce an unexpected fact that adds to the story, explain the consequences and how you know this. So I think the unexpected fact could be not just that you have the map, but that you understand like the subway system and have like used the subways before.
I think that's true. I think I have animal friends around, and I think some of them don't like to leave the parks that they live in. So I have to go visit them.
Yes.
So I take the subway up.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
so sweet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like, damn.
Hey, Roth's got multitudes. Multitudes.
So now Unks has the focus, but we have introduced this new thing to the story, which is that one of you at least knows how to take the subway. So are you just headed like straight for the subway and like are gonna head towards Times Square? Is that the plan? Cool.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I'll let Mila, why don't you describe how I keep forgetting your character's name, Roth.
Like a dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe I'll remember. Rough like a dog says. Describe how Rough like goes through the city and like very confidently uses the subway and gets everybody close to Times Square.
Excuse me, coming through. Hey, watch the knees. Hey, I'm down here. God, like you never seen a goblin before.
Eyes down here.
My eyes are down here. You're definitely getting like some kind of like surprise, like tall people kind of like surprise, like obviously not seeing you because you're so below like the field of vision, and like a little bit of like grumpy kind of like scooching to make room for you. I
think there's also like a tourist, like a couple who are clearly tourists who like stop, and I was like, "Hey, go back to Wisconsin."
Unks passes them by and like, don't move here. There's too many people.
Don't move here.
Oh my God.
Don't move here.
Just harassing people left and right.
And then
the market is too much. Go leave. It's not worth it.
Hey, if you think about moving here, come visit MUCKO.
It stands for something.
We stand for multiple things.
But I'm just imagining selling bumper stickers that say, if you're thinking about moving to New York, visit MUCKO. Just like stickers, graffiti. So yeah, you get to the swap shop that that Nasser mentioned is not in Times Square proper, but it's like in that like area, that neighborhood. So you go there, and it is this like kind of little shop, like definitely like thrift store or like pawn shop kind of vibes. And hang on, I wrote something down that was a description of this, and I'm not seeing it in my notes. Where did I put it? Oh, it's up here. Why did I put it there? So there are a few swap shops located around the city. They're usually run by goblins, although there are a few with like human employees as well. The hours are pretty random because most of them are run by whoever happens to show up that day. So it is really like no one's really in charge. It's just kind of like, yeah, I was thinking about working at the swap shop. Sometimes there's a bunch of goblins there. Sometimes there's like no one there.
That sounds like the
Sometimes
restaurant industry. I am so
Yeah.
sorry. The restaurant I worked in before. Anyway.
there definitely are a lot of human stores that also have this kind of vibe where it's like, yeah, we're open from 1 to 1:30 on Mondays. And it's like, okay, how are you making money?
We're not. Don't worry about
it. Don't worry about it. It's a front. And also definitely times where like goblins will even just leave like a box on the counter that's like honor code, like pay, you know, whatever you want. The shelves are filled with things found around New York City that goblins think are worth scavenging or worth accepting for trade. So it's really just tons of different stuff around here. What, as you're coming in, it is staffed. It is open when you get here. And there's like the little like ding 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 of the door like when you come in. I also think since I like the idea that the door is still too big for you. Like, it's like more of a human-sized door, but it's also kind of small for humans because, like, goblins, like, made this door. So it's like, we'll do a really big door, but, like, humans have to kind of stoop to get in. Yeah, so it's really a very poorly sized door. It's not useful for anyone, really.
It's best for both, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have to, like, reach up to open it, but, what are some notable items that you all see on the shelves as you are coming into the swap shop? What are things that you think that you would see?
A bunch of broken iPhones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think just gears. No,
yeah.
Screws.
Screws,
just
yeah.
loose screws. Just they're not matching. They're just screws.
A bunch of different sizes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking like also just random like craft supplies, like just like little baskets full of like mismatched like yarn and scraps of fabric, and there's like one knitting needle in one size and then one like way smaller. There's like a crochet hook, just like all sorts of weird things, a bunch of needles, but there's no thread. Like
yeah.
You know, very useful stuff.
Yeah,
Very
a lot of like
a little
junk drawer
label.
energy.
Yeah, there's like labels on things, and some things are labeled correctly, a lot of things are not spelled correctly. The pricing also, like, nothing is priced. Like, the few places where there are things that it'll just say like ask. Like,
Yeah, I was just thinking that it's like got some aggressive like ask us.
Yes.
There's also some things that are like higher up
Learn
on
to talk.
shelves. Yeah, there's some things that are up higher on shelves that say like ask for assistance, which doesn't make any sense because the goblins are like climbing on ladders. It's like too tall for them. No, don't you go up and get that. Ask us to get it for you. There is a goblin working here, who is very, very dark green. Kind of like when you find like that kind of like clay mud in like a swamp, that's like that dark, dark green mud is like the color of his skin. And he's wearing, maybe some of you would know, this is Clanky on the Head. So he's definitely known around the Ken for like, he loves to work at the swap shop. Like he works here like really, really consistently, even though it is just like a volunteer position. And he's known for like always changing out his style. Like he always has like different stuff that he's wearing. Today he's wearing a Wayne's World baseball cap. And
incredible.
Yeah, and he also has one thing that he does generally have, even though his style changes up a lot, is he often wears one of those like Ida bags that have the clear display for like pins and things like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
And there are some like enamel pins. It's like this pink bag. There are some enamel pins, but there's also things like scraps of iridescent clear plastic, bits of concrete with quartz mixed in, broken glass, and like costume jewelry that he just kind of has on display in his bag. And you all come in, and he says, "Hey, welcome to the swap shop. What can I do for you?"
I think I want to spend my focus for unlikely knowledge and say that Unks is like really close with Clanky on the Head, and is just like, "Hey, Clanky," and is like they've got some complicated like handshake thing that they both remember different versions of. So they're like every time they go, like they both are like really confident and they keep mismatching what's going on. But they like continue, like they don't attempt to like match up to the other. They just like go for it.
Yeah, Clanky's like, "This is our thing. We miss sometimes."
It's part of it.
Yeah, and so like Unks is just like, "Yeah, we gotta. What do you got for me today?" I think like Unks is like a prime customer that is like coming in for stuff all the time. So like has just like Alex is just like anyway, for this mission, what do you got for me?
I don't really care about the mission that much.
Personal shopping.
Oh, you know what? I actually have the perfect thing. Me as Taylor and also Clanky on the Head as the Goblin. So Clanky also says, "Because I got the perfect thing."
You always do. You. That's why I always come here. It's definitely not because there's no other place.
Clanky, as though he's been like waiting for you to get here, reaches into, maybe he's wearing, I didn't describe like clothes, but maybe he's wearing like a little vest, reaches into the vest pocket and pulls out.
He has a fucking vest pocket. Could not be me.
Mew is seething in the corner.
I'd like to believe that actually was gonna put like the pen. Fuck, you have a pocket and you can count?
Mew is just like, "You're the perfect goblin."
Do I want to be you or do I want to be with you?
Ross sees this and it's just like, "Get good, Mew. Get good."
Mew's having a queer awakening.
Clanky on the Head pulls out of this pocket, this perfect pocket, a little it's like kind of like a business card, but what it really is one of those punch card kind of things. Where it's like, oh, if you like go to like this place, this many places, and what you see, it's got a big picture of a hot dog on it, and it's half like punched out. And what it is instead of it being like, oh, if you like get this many hot dogs, you get like a free hot dog or whatever. It's one of those things like, what do they call them? They call them like I've seen people or like places do this with like donuts, and it's like called like a donut trail where you like go to all these different bakeries and get a donut, and then by the end of it, like, and you have like a week or you have like the summer or whatever. That's like what this is. So it's all these different hot dog places, and it's like if you hit up all these hot dog places, you get a free T-shirt. And and it's like mostly punched out. Like most of the hot dog places have been hit. There's 3 left. And Clanky pulls this out and shows it to you, and you can see like the thing that's written. But today is the last day that it's like eligible. So
No.
so Clanky pulls it out and is like, you know, it might be kind of a long shot, but I was thinking like, who do I know that this would be perfect for? And I was thinking I could just give it to you and see if you could hit up these last 3 hot dog stands.
Unks is just like, I need it. Like they're looking at their clothes now and they're like, I hate this outfit. I need this T-shirt. It's like bespoke Goblin shirt.
Also, you have no idea what the free T-shirt is gonna be or look like. There's no, it just says free T-shirt.
Unks has such deep FOMO. I need this in my life. I don't remember anymore why we're here, but this is our mission.
This is the mission now.
Thing now. But Clanky hands it to you, isn't expecting anything in exchange, just gives you this little punch card. And is like, I think if anybody could do this, I thought maybe it could be you.
I want a hot dog so bad. Absolutely, we can do this.
Unks is like, I need to go and get hot dogs. We're the perfect group.
Yes, Unks. You got
Also Mew.
Excuse me.
And also Mew. Mew is here
Unks
too.
is just like, plus Mew is here.
Our little buddy sure is.
Me. Have you both forgotten why we're here?
Yes.
Mew
Going
is
to
like
get
shaking.
hot dogs.
I don't think Mew has ever left the
Oh,
sorry, is it
yeah. That's right.
Oh,
the
you can.
anxiety is so real. Like,
Oh.
Big City absolutely trying not to show it, but he's like, we've forgotten why we're here. We need money and or water. We can get hot dogs as well, though. That does sound good, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But we do need water.
When you say we need water, Unks is like at some point been handed like a glass of water. He's just drinking it.
Dude, we can just steal water from like Soho or like Brooklyn. Like
How
don't
are we
need all
gonna
that
carry
water.
the water? Look at us. We're tiny. There's so many of us, and there's a party.
Okay,
Cranky.
so it's not super ethical. Bartholomew, don't tell them. But I could maybe tell the rats that this is a step towards overthrowing the government, the municipal government of New York City. And they might do it for us.
I think Unks is gonna like look around the shop to see if there's like buckets or anything like that, or any kind of containers.
Oh yeah. Let's,
Now,
I
They
think
gotta
this
be
could a roll.
small,
There's dice rolls.
or the rats can't carry them. They're not that big, you know?
I think, yeah, let's have this be an eyes roll, which unfortunately for the
Yeah.
first roll of the game is not the one that you're best at, I don't think, but.
No.
So you'll roll however many dice are in that pool, which I think for you for eyes is 1. And
Yes.
if it's a 5 or a 6, or a 5 or a 6, it's a success. And
Cool.
I have to remind
Okay.
myself if there's like multiple successes needed or if it's just one where you get. Oh yeah, okay. So if you get 1 success, you are successful, but only partially or with great effort. If you get a 4, you can succeed, but it'll add a complication to the story. If you get a 1, 2, or a 3, it's just doesn't succeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm using my little My friend designed these like little skull dice.
Oh, nice.
Cute.
Amazing.
Going with that. Oh, we got a 5.
Nice. So with one
Very
success, you are
lucky.
successful, but only partially or with great effort. So
Cool.
I think, okay. I think the success is you don't find like regular buckets, like regular sized buckets. You find a bunch of little like toy buckets, like maybe some that are like kids would use for like
Right.
at the beach or whatever, but also some of them are like a Barbie size, like a Barbie would carry a bucket.
That's the perfect size
like
for
a
rat.
thimble.
Yeah. So it's a good size for a rat. Definitely, you don't think this is like maybe gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be enough water for MUCKO, even if these are rat sized.
Here you go,
I
Bartholomew, and Unks gives the tiny little Barbie one to Bartholomew.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I want to use
I'll take
Bartholomew's
the
feet.
regular, like, pale size.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Bartholomew has a feat that's called
Yes.
Stomp It. And as long as I have the frustration,
Uh-huh.
Bartholomew can roll legs to stomp really hard and make everyone stop and take a respectful step back.
Oh.
Bartholomew wants to try
So
to get
good.
a hold of the situation and just like, please.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll legs, which is good for you, right? I think that's
I think
your
it
highest
is.
stat. One of
It
your
is.
highest stats.
I
Ooh,
have 4
nice.
dice to legs. And I have
Nice.
2 dice, so I'm gonna have to roll too much. But that's okay. I'm gonna do it. I rolled a 5 and a 1,
Okay, one success.
and then a 2 and a 2. That was at least one success.
So you
Again.
also you're successful, but only partially or with great effort. I will actually, since it's kind of a role affecting Unks and Roth, I'll let the two of you decide what a kind of partial success on getting your attention looks like. But first,
Yeah.
Bartholomew, what exactly do you do to try to get everyone's attention?
I think just holding this very tiny Barbie-sized bucket, like, oh no. This is the worst day of my life. There's this perfect goblin in front of me. And I cannot either be him or be with him. My only friends are humiliating me. Just like,
Oh no! I
It
feel
just,
so
like-
bad.
don't. It's fine. You deserve it. You just, like, gonna hold on tight and like actually like, yeah, enough. Don't you people want to live? We need water to live. Can we at least agree to live? We can do this later.
Did you not hear me about the muck?
Yes, I did. I live there. It's not possible. I have run the simulation. It is not possible to live like that. I have
Yeah,
thought about every
I
scenario.
think that is best, okay? If the goblins and the humans stop living, well, the humans don't really live in MUCKO, but they could. And if we all stopped, and there was none of us, the muck would take over, right? So if we don't
No.
have water, that's actually good for the muck.
And it's not good for us. Right now we
Yeah,
have
but
a party.
sometimes you need to take priorities. And I think my priorities are correct.
I think that I'm right.
I hear you. I'm
Actually,
listening. I don't
correct.
agree.
I just think you're wrong. I'm sorry, but like you're wrong. I am right.
I'm wrong. You guys just don't get it. You guys just don't get it.
You're right. We don't. Anyway.
Anyway.
Listen, we can get hot dogs and water. Does that
All
sound
right,
good?
fine. Hot dog
Yeah.
water.
Oh no.
2 tall ones, 1 spear.
I think Clanky during this interaction is kind of like, I think kind of like peels off to like tend to the store, but like is doing that thing where he like clearly is very interested in the drama.
Like
and
rearranging the same things over.
Cleaning the same glass.
Yeah.
And I think, ooh, whoever wants, only one person can do this, but it can be whoever would like to, can roll eyes to see if they notice something. So which one of you wants to try to roll to notice something?
Not me.
I think I have. Oh, eyes is my best.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Do it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm so
Us does
sorry.
not see anything.
Don't forget.
How many dice do I roll for this?
What is your number for eyes?
It's 4.
So that's how many dice you roll, and then
Okay,
on those
excellent.
dice you count however many successes you have. So 5 or 6 is a success, 4 is a mixed success, or not a mixed success. 4 is an
cool.
opportunity for a stumble, basically.
Thank you for explaining that to the audience and not for me.
Yeah, little do you know, Mila and I pre-planned this, that they would ask my
Yeah.
question.
Sorry, so it was 5 and 6 is a success and everything else is not?
A 4
4 can become one.
can become one, yeah.
Well, I don't have a 4. I have, well, I have 2 5s, 2 5s, and then a 1 and a 3.
Okay, so 2 successes then. So with 2 successes, you are successful. So you don't get any like other advantages, but no other disadvantages. The thing that you notice, Roth, is that when Bartholomew is like, I've run the simulations, Clanky kind of like looks over like a little bit with like some interest at Bartholomew.
Oh.
But Bartholomew unfortunately does not notice.
Absolutely not. Just shaking profusely.
But Clanky looks a little impressed at the I've run the simulations about the muck.
Me and Bartholomew are gonna start sweating, please. Oh, I wasn't ready for this emotion. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm grumpy right now.
Get it together. I'm grumpy.
Yeah, right now.
He was like, stop being impressed by this guy.
Oh,
I gotta stay grumpy.
But I also think with like success that even though this isn't the thing that I was having you roll for, but we'll count it as well. That Raph, you do notice there is like some change just around on the shelves. Like, hey, like people could come in and like trade things for just change. Yeah. So it's also not all in one place. It's kind of like in random spots. There's like money around, but you do see that there's some change around the store.
Can we do what we came here to do, please?
Poor Mew.
Fine.
I have looks at Cranky. Just imagine the most tense person you've ever seen in your life. Just like moves like a door. Hello. I have brought goods for trading. Just brought some marbles. Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh, marbles. Yeah, I love marbles. They fly off the shelves, and people buy them too.
Oh, yeah. Marbles are the best.
I was like, as soon as he said fly off, I'm like, Unks is just like, like brain is like,
Oh, that was
marbles.
really funny.
That's probably the funniest thing I've ever said.
I would like to give you this food, but I can't.
Please. I have an extra one, but it is grumpy. But you can have
Oh
it.
my god!
You can have it.
Yeah,
That's
Clanky looks
Muse,
excited about.
Spoonsona.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes. And we actually came. I forgot about my voice. We actually came in. Go with Nestor's. Nestor asked us to come here.
Okay.
Because we need
Hey,
water.
hey.
Hi.
Do you want, like, are you okay?
That's a deep breath.
Oh, this is just
Yes.
Mew being Mew. Unks
Hello.
smacks you in the back.
My name is Bartholomew. My name is Bartholomew. Nestor has asked us to fix the water problem. I don't know if you've heard about it. We're having issues.
Yeah, the
That's
gutterers
right.
and yeah. Okay, so what do you
We
want to
need
trade
some money?
Oh, money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take marbles for money. Yeah. Let me see. And starts kind of like going around and like gathering up some of the coins and things on the counter, and you can tell that he's counting it as he's collecting it. He apparently knows like what this money is and is counting it.
Oh, that's right. He can count.
He can count.
Wow.
Get you a man that can count.
Oh my gosh.
What a man.
I got this new backdrop, which I'm really excited about, and I'm finding out now that my cat also is very excited about it. So she's out of frame. She's just digging her claws into it. How about you don't do that? Yeah, he's counting the coins. A tall person here might notice that he is in fact just counting the number of coins, not what they're worth.
Oh my god,
So
yes.
it's just like, yeah, I got like 30 coins for you.
Whoa. That's a big number to count, okay? I don't think I would. I'm sorry. Me, a person with ADHD, I don't think I could count up to 30 without losing count at least once or twice.
I have piles of 5 to 10. It depends on how good you're doing that day.
Yes.
But yeah, gives you a jar of coins in exchange for the marbles that you brought, and says like, should be 35 in there.
Wow. Yes. I believe you. I trust you. Yeah, you look like you know how to count.
Yeah, I do know how to count.
I think Unks takes the jar and is like, "Look, Bartholomew,
So hot.
you should count it and make sure that it's the same amount, right? That's how the counting thing." And is like trying to push you out.
No, but
is trying to like, yeah, is trying to like wingman a little bit, like has like like kind of finally picked up on.
That is so sweet.
And is like
Bartholomew.
It is
Oh my
thrilling.
God.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
No,
we
I
should get
trust.
the focus for that.
It is like, and then it's just like amping it up because is thinking like, oh, Mew is just being like shy,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, I get it. You're like you're shy cop, and I'm confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go in there and be shy cop and confident cop.
Oh my god.
So like is thinking to take cops out of the equation. It's like thinking like, oh, you're playing like shy, so I'll like I'll go forward.
I'll be
and
confident.
it's
Yeah.
confident
goes up
for you.
to Clanky and is like, Mew, that's what friends call a Mew. Like I feel like in the background Bartholomew is dying.
Looking straight at the camera at this point, like
Mew over here, he counts all the time. He is a counting master. I've seen it. Unks has not seen this.
Oh, that's really cool, Mew. How high can you count to?
at least 9.
That's really good. That's 8 more than 0.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 8 more than 1, I guess.
You're right. It is. Yeah.
Do I know how to count?
That was my like. No,
Oh,
no,
That's not right.
no.
I fully just thought you were like doing a bit where it's like he also doesn't know how to count. So he's just like,
that's
yeah,
what I was
it's 8 more.
doing. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Good one, Taylor.
I'm really funny. That makes a good joke.
True.
Yes, but Clanky definitely counted this very well. I was keeping track of it, and I trust Clanky, of course. It's fine. We don't need to waste our time doing that. We have some hot dogs to get.
Oh yeah, the hot dogs.
Right. We can't waste time with me just to show off. We don't need to do that. I trust. Yeah.
Okay.
So humble, Mew.
So do you know who you're gonna try to get to clean out the gutters?
We're all like,
No,
Hmm.
no.
Well, I mean, the good thing is, like, so a lot of times the tall people don't want to clear out the gutters because it's like a lot of work, and they're always like, oh, this coin is only worth less than this coin, so you didn't pay me right or whatever. But like
The coin is coin. What do you mean?
I know, it's like there's 35 of them. What do you want? There's, you know.
Yeah.
Tell me,
I'd do
this
anything for
costs
35
more than
coins,
one.
honestly.
It's. I think it's more than I know. It's more than 9, and that's already a lot. So you know.
Right, you know, but the good news is you guys are really close to Times Square right now, so there's lots of humans there who don't know about how hard the gutters are to clean, so you might be able to get somebody who's like, you know, will do it for 35.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. We know how to get there, right? Rough. Right. Right.
You slowly having a
Sorry.
panic attack.
Like, oh no, I didn't think that far. I have one plan. And then I met the love of my life, and now I don't know anymore.
The thing is, people move
That
here,
is how it goes.
and then they don't bring enough coin, and then they end up sad. And we can prey on the sad people, the sad tall ones, to clean our gutters for 35.
And that's how you gotta say. You gotta say for 35.
For 35.
35.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Mhm.
Right.
And if they say 100, you just say, yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. 35.
I feel like Unks is like looking at the coins and is like, wow, these are called hundreds. Okay. He just thinks like that's like the type
Yeah.
of coin.
Coin. They're all called hundreds. A hundred's another
They're
word for
actually
coin.
all like Canadian loonies and like Mexican pesos and like a euro.
A euro,
And
yeah.
it's like not usable in the like in New York City at
Yeah.
all.
But it's
Once you're at the
35.
casino,
No.
It's 35. 35's 35.
Yeah.
The
I wrote it
important thing,
down.
out of character, the important
35,
thing
and
is
then
that
you
we
say
need
yeah, and then 100. Yeah. It's fine. You know it.
you got this, Mew. Now we need to make sure to not say dollars or anything like that.
No,
35.
but
Because
Yeah.
that's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
We are legally not responsible if they agree to 35.
Is there anything that you guys want to do before you leave the swap shop?
Ooh. I kind of want to use my gobble up since I have the focus to like eat something and change part of my body to match. So Unks has the ability, and I chose because there's a few different options. I chose that it's from the shifting moon that they are able to like transform parts of their body.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But I'm trying to think of what would be useful. We're trying to get these hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
There's definitely, like, if you wanted it to be like some kind of tool, there's like probably definitely like tools in here. So I don't know if that's helpful for what you're thinking, but just as far as like something useful to turn part of your body into. Probably like the things that like wield things. So if you wanted to do something to like turn part of your body into a wheel, yeah,
Cool.
probably anything, like any aspects that you would want, you could probably find in here.
Cool. I actually, that was helpful. Yeah, I think he grabs like either like a screwdriver or like some kind of like wrench, and is like gonna use that as like a way to maybe trade for hot dogs by like fixing up
Oh yeah,
those, like parts.
Yes.
I think Unks will sometimes use like the ability to like fix things up as a way to circumvent money or whatever. Unks does not really get money and never really has any.
Yeah, maybe you like find like almost like a multi-tool and just like eat it. And then your hands can kind of be like a Swiss Army knife kind of vibe.
I also feel like even though Clanky knows that Unks does this, it's still kind of like affronted that like they'll just be like, oh, this looks great, and Clanky's like, hey.
Wait a minute. Yeah, what do you think, like, when you eat things, Unks, is this like you have like supernatural ability to like bite into things, or do you think you just open your mouth and just and just swallow the whole thing?
I think that it's very I was almost thinking that it's like very Kirby like in that he like eats it whole and then like kind of spits it back out, and then his body just like closes it.
Okay, so you don't even have to like keep it in. It's just like, yeah, I'll just do this thing. Yeah. So you Kirby.
I feel like that's the only way Unks could have like a good relationship with Clanky. Otherwise, like Clanky would have been like, get the hell out of my mouth.
Yeah. So you swallow this thing and then like spit it back out onto the shelf. So there's just this like wet tool on the shelf. Is there anything the other two of you want to do before you leave the swap shop?
Is there a rat-sized t-shirt that says I heart NY on it?
For sure. It's probably made for like a baby. It's probably like a baby, like, or like a toddler.
Or maybe like a dog.
Yeah.
It'll fit my boy.
Or a dog.
Oh my god.
Either way, it'll fit my boy.
Yeah. What are you gonna trade for it?
Oops.
What do I have to trade?
You can have anything. Really, it's up to you.
I know, but the thing is what would I have to?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You have a lot of fur on you. Just grab like a little baggie and put some like, I don't know, animal hair on it.
Pull out.
Oh god.
Okay, so just for context, I found.
Oh no.
I've been wanting to make
out of your
yarn.
pocket?
No, it's not in my pocket. I was gonna act it out, but the thing is I've been wanting to make yarn out of my rabbit's fluff because they have a lot of fluff that it just comes off of them, and I finally found a spinner that can do it. So my dream is just like much closer of being an absolute insane rabbit person. I have hobbies; they're normal.
Yeah, it's fine. Actually, I love that.
So. Ruff is going to go in and they're going to pull out a tiny little skein of rat fur yarn.
Oh, rat fur yarn. So what you're saying is your character is you.
Yeah, a little bit. Honestly, the line between saying things out of character and saying things in character is getting really wavy for me.
I'm gay and awkward. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm projecting.
So I pull it out and I'm like, well, you take this for the t-shirt.
Yeah,
It's
Clanky
yarn. Hand
takes
spun. Real
takes
fancy
it from
stuff.
you, kind of gives it a sniff, seals it back
Made from
up.
this rat right here. Super ethical. I know the tall ones care about that now.
Takes a sticker from behind the counter that says ethical and sticks it on the bag and puts it on the shelf and says,
God.
You got a deal.
Thank you. And I stick the shirt onto Rat Bartholomew. And I say, you look like a model, my boy.
Clanky says, thank you.
I said it to my rat. You are a very beautiful goblin, though, I gotta say. Do you... I look at Mew. Do you have any plans for maybe this weekend?
Oh, I thought you meant right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you and Mew had a date planned. What?
Who are you talking to right now?
What?
I'm so confused.
I'm
are you
talking
still
to Clanky.
talking to your rat?
No, I'm talking to Clanky now. Clanky, are you guys gonna go and I don't know, maybe count flowers?
We have plans? Looks at Mew.
Yeah. I was about to ask you if you had plans. And then Mew said no. Yes.
I thought Mew said yes.
Anyway. Yeah. Whatever.
He said no, but he said yes, and that's the way he says no.
Saturday, you two are clearly meeting up. I think what the plan is that Mew is actually going to meet you here at your store, and then you guys are going to go on a nice romantic date. Anyway, gotta go. Bye. And
Mila disappears from the frame.
Well, no way. Can we give Ruff the spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
I feel like Mew has exploded in the background.
Yeah. That was amazing.
And then I nudge Mew as we leave, and I say, "I'm what the tall ones call a wingman." Don't have any wings, but that's what they call it.
Stop trying to get your weird pigeon talk thing.
Other animals have wings. Have you seen a bat?
I've never seen them.
You've never seen a bat? You've never seen a bird? Okay, we have plans on Saturday, and we're going to a park.
Okay.
Actually, they
I'm gonna
don't have
prove to you
bats at the
there's no
park.
things.
They do at night. They do at night. And in the day, they have birds. So falcon ones.
Mew sits at home all day long.
Highlight.
You all leave the store. It seems like Mew is dragged out by Rob, just being like, "You have a date now."
See you Saturday, I guess.
Yeah, Clanky winks at you, and he says, "See you Saturday."
Damn.
I think Bartholomew faints. Straight up.
Bartholomew's carried
Do you know
out.
a Chihuahua when it's like very, very like too many emotions? They probably have to carry this man out.
Yeah, I feel like Unks is like dragging you, but isn't, despite like trying to act like a pretty tough guy, like isn't very strong. So it's like gets tired and like puts you down for a while and picks you back up.
Rat-tholomew is like your head, like resting on Rat-tholomew.
Aww.
When he wakes up, he's gonna be so mad.
I think as you leave the swap shop, that's a good time for us to take our halfway break. So we're going to go for 10 to 15 minutes, take a break to, if you're watching, get a drink, get a snack, all of that good stuff. And we'll be back in, yeah, like I said, 10 to 15 minutes with the second half of Goblin Errands to see if the water problem can be solved. So we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.
Felicitations Adventures, we are back at the second half of our one-shot of Goblin Errands, where our three goblins have to try to get some water for their home, either kind of both by cleaning out a gutter that provides kind of the non-potable water to save money, because they also do just have water from the city, but you know, you have to pay for that, and goblins don't entirely understand money, so it is kind of a source of stress and frustration. Also, Dreamy is in chat, so I'll say the stinger that people are seeing on stream as I'm transitioning from different things is a new stinger that Dreamy got for me, so that little slick cartoony thing coming through is brand new. This is the first stream we're doing it. And thank you to Dreamy for getting it for me. So, where we left off, the three of you were leaving the swap shop, having gotten 35, and are now headed to Times Square to basically find a mark, essentially is what you're doing. You're looking to find someone who you can say, like, do this really hard job that we need done.
For 35.
For 35.
For 35. We're trying to run a little goblin scam. We're like, look, that person looks lost. They have an I Love New York shirt.
Okay, well, here's what I'll say. You guys get to Times Square, and you do see two, like, I think maybe you would have the vibe of this, like, those of you who have been around humans more, they look like teenagers, like 16, 17-year-old. Two humans. They're both blonde. The boy has kind of a, like, cowlick kind of on the back of his head, like his haircut's a little, like, spiky. The girl is wearing, like, two braids. What about them when you see them do you think, and it can just be like Rue, what you already said, that they're wearing, they look lost and are wearing an I Love New York shirt. What about them do you all see that you go, those are the two we're looking for?
They're looking up, not straight, not down. They're looking up.
Yeah.
And they're holding papers that look like they like a lot of the same paper that they're looking like to deliver it to different places to maybe get employment. Perhaps they are in need of money. Perhaps they are in need of.
That's really good.
35.
So they're holding paper and looking up in Times Square, looking at all of the advertisements and stuff.
The moving signs,
the moving signs. What does I keep forgetting your character's name. What does Unks notice?
I think he notices that they look like a little overly dressed. Like everyone else is kind of like casual, and they look like they maybe have brought like their nicest clothes, like maybe they're gonna post for pictures or like so it looks really out of place from like either hoodies or just like people in kind of rundown looking suits who are just like gotta get this coffee to my boss.
Yeah, I'm going through Times Square to deliver it.
It's rough out here for the tall people.
No.
So you see these two, like I said, they're like teens, like older teens. They look like twins. They look about the same age, and they look like, you know, siblings, and not like identical, but they do look like twins. And are kind of looking around and like holding papers and seem a little bit out of their element. And you're like, those look like two strong young people who could clean out about 30 blocks of gutters.
Oh my god. When they go really dressed for that. I don't know. I've read that tall people don't like getting stinky for some reason.
What
do
is
anything for money,
what's your
though.
method of approach?
Ooh.
Okay, so I have a plan. It's not true, by the way, but we're gonna figure it out.
I was gonna be like, Unks is like, I'm gonna wreck that plan immediately.
I wanna spend my frustration
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
explain my plan. If it sounds plausible, then anyone involved can roll with the +1, which is pretty nice.
Ooh.
And if not, then the top person can suggest a reasonable, if slow or boring alternative.
Cool. Tell us your plan.
I have a plan. We have 35. We have someone that knows how to use their mouth. Looks at eggs. Unks.
Unks
don't.
like a wide smile.
Yes, I have a mouth.
It's very cartoony and not scary, uncanny.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, no.
Adventure Time characters.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were like they got big mouth.
And we have 35. They look like they need 35 at least. So like, you know. Okay. What's the rest of the plan? I can't think anymore. I'm still thinking about Clanky. I forgot. I legit forgot the rest of the plan.
We gotta go. We gotta get those suckers.
Yes.
I mean, lovely tall ones. In.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I remember.
You gotta talk to them because tall ones don't like me much,
Oh.
and I don't really like them much. So it's fine.
Oh, yes. Okay. The rat has to stay away. I've read that they don't like, and the
He's in a little
smaller tall
t-shirt.
people. You're right. That can be worse.
He's in a little t-shirt.
Yes, it's
He's like,
Look at him. Look
lovely.
at him.
I am.
You think this little wiggler isn't adorable?
No.
Keep Rat Tholomew. Also, don't call him that rat. His name's Rat Tholomew. Put some respect on his name, you.
Come on, you. It's so rude not to call someone by their name.
He's not a rat. He's Rat Tholomew.
We all know Ratholomew's name is Ratholomeu. It's just like
Come on, Mew.
crying,
Not that hard.
sobbing.
Anyway,
Mew Twitter,
I've
it would be
read
like
that-
crying, screaming, throwing up.
Crying, screaming,
Also,
throwing
you
up.
already described Anx as having such a wide mouth. I feel like in that same cartoon, like Mew's mouth is so tiny.
It's just like shrinking.
and his mouth is always spouting. So
Yeah.
I have read that the younger tall people are usually more inclined to do things for coins because it's a little harder to get coins. So I think talking to those two is the way to go. Please keep Bartholomew
Thank you.
away from them, please, for the time being.
Fine.
And I will also stay away from them for multiple reasons. Does that sound okay?
Fine. Let's see Rat Tholomew.
Okay.
Rat Tholomew doesn't want to meet them either.
Bartholomew hates them.
Rat Tholomew hates them.
Bartholomew is running towards them.
Rat Tholomew, get back here. He hates them so much. Rat Tholomew, don't fight them.
Bartholomew, it's okay. You don't have to attack them. Keep it under control.
Just like actually
Really
looking like a
just so
happy dog
happy.
wagging
Yeah.
tail, like going
Yeah.
for a
Tail.
hug.
It's really thick tail. It's just like.
Bartholomew's the most dog-like rat ever.
Yeah. So who is going to actually speak to the human? Are you all going minus Bartholomew, or
Unks is definitely going. I feel like Unks feels pretty confident. Like it's questionable whether Unks like really has a lot of experience with tall people or just like really thinks they do.
Does that count as
yes,
a plausible plan?
Yes, I think whoever is participating in this, like trying to get the people can get a +1 to their dice pool, which depending on like what your approach is, obviously will affect what stat that is. But so Unks is going. Are Bartholomew and Roth staying behind? Are you going along? What's the vibe?
Bartholomew and I will judge. Sorry, I'm like, do I put on like a weird little show with the rat to try to get like tall people to give us money?
Yes.
And
I feel like whatever you do, Unks will like go with it. Like they will make it work in some way.
As
He doesn't have a choice.
I go to the other side of the street, and me and Bartholomew start doing tricks. It's like Bartholomew, tower, and he climbs up on me.
Oh my god!
And we're like,
You're like yelling out.
People are screaming in terror. People are mostly very afraid at what they're seeing.
but why?
Oh my god!
Unks will
Come
like
back, give me your coin.
Bartholomew's shaking people down.
I think you should, Amelia, you should roll mouth to see if you get money via intimidation. If anyone drops their wallet in fright.
I mean, unlikely. I have a 1.
You could get a 5 or 6.
I got a 2.
Okay. So yeah, no one drops
No
any money.
money.
People are screaming and running away. Yeah, I also am not 100% sure why you started doing this. Like what your goal was. To get money. I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, was this a distraction? No, it was just to get money.
No, just something to do.
Unks will run up to the two teens and be like, hey, don't like look, this is normal in New York, but I'll get you somewhere safe. I like make it seem scarier so that they're
We're
like
kidnapping the youth.
That's so funny. Yeah, Unks, you should also roll mouth.
My god.
Try to convince them to come along with you.
don't be afraid, children.
Be not afraid, teens. Come with me. It's safe.
Look down and see someone with spines.
Yeah.
and a wide mouth.
Yeah.
A very tiny punk.
With a shirt that has their own face on it. Multiple times.
I'm gonna
Don't
say
be
you're
afraid of that.
in the corner, staring directly at the camera this whole time, just like in the office.
Yeah.
In a separate area. Just...
It's that scene in like Community where you walk in with pizzas and everything's on
Yes.
fire.
The plan was reasonable. It was plausible. It no
It was
longer
so reasonable. Oh yeah, you will get a +1 to this to your dice
Nice.
pool from the plan. From
Cool.
following the
And I
plan.
have a 4 to my mouth.
Oh, nice.
So I had the +1 from hungry. I really got to max out on this. All right. Oh, I have 3 6s, and then a 3 and a 1.
Oh my god.
Nice. Your
Did you
success
roll your
is
extra
profound.
dice?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Your success is profound. So
Yeah.
immediately you say, like, basically, like, come with me if you want to live. These two look down at you, and eyes kind of wide, and are ready to just follow you wherever you're taking them.
Literally anywhere else is better. There's a rat on a t-shirt doing tricks. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, Unks is kind of like motioning in that direction. Like, I know it's scary, but it's harmless. Don't, but kind of avert
Yeah,
your
it's real
eyes
scary.
here.
Avert your eyes.
I've never seen anything
Don't look
like
directly
that
at it.
before.
It's always scary the first time you see it. They're always out here, but that's why everyone they're like, that's why everyone else is okay about it. And then you look in the back and people are freaked out.
And they were, in fact, not okay about it.
The girl is just like, I've never seen anything like that on TV. I didn't know that kind of thing was so common around here.
Unks is
It's
just
super
like,
common.
on TV. What the hell is that? They're just like, yeah, me neither. And like goes on.
Lord.
Where are you taking these teens?
I think I'm bringing them over to Bartholomew. It is like, it's kind of like weird, like, oh, we can talk to my associate and what. It's just doing like a lot of like weird, like, oh, where are you from? You don't look like you're like, it's trying really hard not to sound mean when they're like, you don't look like you're from around here.
From around here, are you?
Yeah, one of them says, oh yeah, we're from Montgomery, Alabama, and we're just visiting here. Actually, and the boy kind of hands you some of the papers that he's holding, and you can see it's like a headshot of him and like a resume,
Aw.
and he's like, we're hoping to make it big here in New York City and maybe get some acting gigs.
Aw.
We've heard
Oh.
that twins are really like useful for TV shows and stuff because you can swap them out, even though
Oh
you
my
and
God.
his sister like don't really look that much alike, and they're
Like
not
the,
like
like the
Yeah,
old
yeah.
Oh,
they don't really
boy.
understand why that they didn't know it was like a labor thing. They're just like, yeah, you can swap them out. And the papers have their names on it because it's like the headshots and a headshot of each of them. And then the names say Dagny and Dolly Dobson are their names. And so they're just like, yeah, awful happy that you got us away from that whatever was happening
Adorable,
over there.
perfect creature.
Ralph says from behind.
Yeah, are you entering the scene?
No, I'm not.
Y'all are having a
Here,
great time.
We'll get you away from them, and then you just bring
Hi.
Comes out of
This may
nowhere.
look like the scary thing over there, but actually,
It's
these ones are totally different.
This one's okay. You see, the t-shirt is different, but it's not.
I think Dolly says like, yeah, we're just here looking for maybe work in the showbiz department. I don't suppose either of you would know any kind of ways we could get on Broadway or anything like that. We only have this week while we're here on vacation, so we need to act fast.
Damn.
God.
I think Unks will like genuinely be like, Well, I don't think I personally know Broadway. I haven't been anywhere near there. Like Unks is just like, I don't know what that is. Like they've only been to Times Square. So they're just like, sure. But I know someone who knows everybody in New York and is like talking about Nestor and is like, I'm sure Nestor can do like figure out something for them, and genuinely does actually think like they can make some connection.
Nestor's been
So, like,
on TV for sure.
Yeah.
But I think I feel like Nestor has been on TV, on the news, of viral videos of like a weird, like, I think people think he's a cryptid. Despite, like,
God,
goblins,
yes.
everyone knows about goblins. Like,
Yes.
it's not weird. It's just Nestor in particular is like,
Yes, it's Nestor specifically. No, I agree. That's amazing.
That's so good. Everyone's like, everyone keeps saying they're goblins. They're not goblins. The goblins are right here, like the camera.
These
moves,
are goblins.
They're just like goblin.
yeah.
They're like, this is something different. It's weird.
Unks, as you're talking to these two, the most delectable smell comes across your nosescape. The smell of a hot dog stand.
Unks is like stops like mid-sentence and is like, hold on, I've got to do something.
I think Mia's gonna see that and like go, yes, I can take it from here. You go do your business.
Your business.
You can go eat your hot dog.
Yeah, this is like already gone.
Yeah, Onks-shaped cloud.
Yeah. Look, you can go. I'm just gonna keep like, yes, that store and stuff. They will introduce you to him. I know he is maybe not Broadway directly. He is some. My mouth's not very good, but yeah.
Just kind of mumble a bunch of things to them.
Slowly like peter off. Like it just stops in the middle of a conversation. They're like, what?
They're both just smiling but look a little bit confused. They're like, yeah.
yeah, I'm sure there's pay involved, and that's for sure. So like there's this stuff to be arranged, but not talking about anything specific. Just mentions pay. Probably like there's like
we
money.
could sure use some money. Maybe we can convince our parents to stay here another night if we get some kind of job, and then maybe on that last night we'll be seen by some kind of agent or something, and then they'll want to hire us.
We that can definitely be arranged. Yes. We can do 35.
3,500?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, like a little cloud
Look at the
bubble
note.
memory.
Yeah.
Well, sign us up.
Excellent. We will go as soon as my associate is done with their business. Whatever.
Unks, what are you doing? There is a hot dog stand here. Looking at your card, it is one of the 3 that has not been punched off.
Nice. Yeah, I think Unks just like walks up and is like holds up the little paper and is like, hot dog, please.
Yeah, what do you want on it?
Everything, all of it.
Just like nods, starts putting stuff on a hot dog, and hands you a hot dog with everything, and then is like, that'll be $2.50.
It's just like, there's like an awkward pause between us as we Unks like doesn't fish for money or anything. It's just like looking up. Oh, I don't have 250, but can I do something for the hot dog instead? And like pulls out their
an arm that turns like a really scary thing.
Oh my god.
All the like multi-tool things are out.
Yeah, the hot dog guy's like, and then
Look, it's natural. It's the shifting moon.
Oh, okay, it's the shifting moon. I
Totally
think
normal.
I feel like this is literally a hands roll. You're kind of trying to convince this person, but also you are trying to, do something with your hands. Also, I think you might have, your stats might be lower than what they're supposed to be looking at them, because you should only have one stat that's at 1, and it looks like you have 2 stats that are at 1.
Oh,
so
it's because I was looking up at Gobble Up, and it said that you shift one stat point and gain a new ability at the cost of another ability.
Yes, okay.
So I lowered hands since
already did it. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So yeah, I do unfortunately think this is hands. But if you succeed, you'll succeed at like doing something in exchange and successfully do the thing, I think.
Cool. 4. It was like about to be a 6 and then like fell back down.
That's fine, because that means that we can add complications. So if you have a 4,
which I think makes sense.
Yeah, so if you want this to count as a success, you can count as a success, but add a complication to the story. A complication is basically something that makes the life a little more tricky, urgent, or chaotic. In short, more fun. Whoever rolled the stumble gets to offer a complication to the tall person who can accept it, but all players, including the tall person, can suggest ideas. And these can either be things that are situational, so like maybe something happens in the moment that makes things more complicated. It could also give you temporarily, when acting under the influence of one or more complications, I can decide that you are impaired and roll 1 fewer die. So if there's something that happens in this that like impairs you in some way, that doesn't have to be for the whole rest of the game, but it could be, for a seat or until it's rectified. So do you have any ideas for what this complication is?
Ooh, I think my one thought was like maybe as I'm using like the multi-tool, like maybe they are like, oh, I guess this is kind of jammed weirdly. Like maybe it kind of breaks a little, or it like kind of messes up the multi-tool. Like,
yeah.
Like the only other thought I had was like a pigeon flies in.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like the pigeon thing. Maybe you're distracted. Maybe you see a pigeon and are like, what?
Wait. No, hold up a minute.
Is this? Also, for people in chat, I do have a channel pointer name that is unidentified flying object. For 300 channel points, and if anyone redeems that, maybe something relevant will happen. So you're trying to like repair this thing in exchange for in exchange.
Oh my god!
Perfect.
I heard it.
Thank you, Elephant Reptile.
Perfect timing. You're trying to fix this thing because there is like something like maybe the hint, like the like hinge on like the door where like the hot dog's like receptacle or whatever is like not quite sitting right, and you're fixing that and hear this sound of this flutter of wings and look around and like for a moment see something that you're like, that can't be possible. That's not real. And I think I don't think it would be every roll, but I think there could be one roll in the future where you'll be impaired because you'll be distracted thinking about this this thing that you saw and how it could be possible. And
Eldritch horror. Especially Unks, who is like, there are no birds. Like, there are nothing with wings.
I don't even believe in birds.
No.
But you get your hot dog and can get that hole punched successfully.
Unks walks back eating the hot dog with all sorts of things on it.
Yeah.
When you eat the hot dog, do you become part hot dog? Or do you have to activate it? How does your thing work?
Oh, I didn't take the one where I like become the object.
Okay.
But there is a really great move where you can become an object and just become like a pair of eyes on the object.
Which is very good. Yeah, this is a good hot dog. It's got relish, pickle, ketchup, mustard, onion. It's got it all. Some poppy seeds, everything. I can say there's ketchup on it because this isn't Chicago. Because in Chicago they don't do ketchup, but in New York they do. Yeah, it's a big thing in Chicago. Is like you don't have Chicago style hot dogs and you do not do ketchup on them. So it's good. It's a good dog. What
it's
is
a good dog.
It's a good dog.
Great dog even.
What's Roth up to? Just still with the rat on you, or
no? I think Roth appears behind Unks, and steals the last bit of hot dog. I think you get at least half of it, but Roth has figured out what's going on, and Roth wants hot dog, and so I think Roth and Bartholomew go on opposite ends and get it, and then we share the rest of it, and we're just like, oh, hot dog. Okay, you need to go get another hot dog. I don't remember.
It seems like this all happened so fast.
Unks is and Unks is, rather than like holding the hot dog, has it in like the little paper thing, so like you can just kind of snatch it off, and goes for the.
We also
bite.
eat the paper.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unks bites their hand because they were just going for the bite, eyes closed.
And then
it's gonna be delicious. And they're like, what the hell?
Does Unks say the best part for last too? They're like, oh, this is my favorite part of the hot dog, and they were saving it for last.
Unks eats the ends first.
I do that here.
So it's the middle bit.
The middle. With, all the toppings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good day to be rough.
Rough, why would you do that? We're getting more hot dogs.
I wanted a hot dog now. I figured there's 3 hot dogs. All right. And if we share all of them, we each get, sorry, I don't know math.
We each get hot dog.
We each get hot dog from every spot. Wait, sorry. We each get hot dog from every spot if we share each hot dog.
Alex is just quietly crying in the background.
All right, on to the next hot dog. Also, we should see how Bartholomew's doing. Sorry, we should see how Mew's doing.
Bartholomew actually felt that, oh my god.
Sorry, I got Mew and Bartholomew confused.
Yeah, suddenly got sad for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, we got these 2 tall people to help us out. They seem exactly like we thought. They're pretty lost. They keep talking about Broadway. I don't know what that is, but I figure Nasser can help because they want to get on it. I don't know. Maybe it's a ride. Tall people do love rides. For some reason, Unks knows about roller coasters and stuff.
You got taken out to Coney Island once.
Yeah. That's where Unks' love of hot dogs started.
Yeah.
I think, okay, what we gotta do is we tell them that they can only meet Nestor. I know our leader's name. Don't give me that look. We should go and tell them.
Bartholomew, stop giving that look.
Mew. What are you calling Bartholomew for? Mew. Mew. What you gotta do is you gotta go back to these kids and you tell them that we pay them 35. Pay them 35. And if they do the job fast enough for 35, we'll take them to meet Nestor.
Yeah. We'll say that Nestor...
Sorry, Nasty. We'll take him to meet Nasty.
We'll tell him that Nestor will only meet him if they do this job because he's got some weird.
Yeah, and they also have to do.
We'll just be like, quick. It's New York, and they'll kind of, I don't know. Tall people that are lost will just accept that as an answer.
We're gonna have to tell them that when they wake up, because I was telling them something and then they're asleep.
Fell asleep.
I was in the middle of explaining.
You're so boring. You
somehow
put the sleep.
Knocked them unconscious.
I don't know. I was just telling them the process, of the money.
They know the money. They're tall ones. Let's go wake them up.
Okay.
Is Rolf the one waking them up?
Yes.
They scream.
Hey,
you wake them up, it's immediate.
No one.
It's okay. It's okay.
Whoa, calm down. Do you want to get paid or not?
But I thought we were being saved from you.
What was I doing to you?
Wow, that's really, I don't know, that's very offensive. I'm just learning some new words recently.
Dolly looks at you so betrayed. And is like, is this one of them?
Like, this is clearly not who I saved you from. It's just like,
but how many giant rats are there in the city wearing I Love New York shirts?
You'd be surprised.
So many,
it's New York.
They're trying to take over the government.
Just because we're goblins and
you gotta read a travel guide before you show up.
Yeah. Just because you see one goblin with a giant rat doesn't mean you've seen all goblins with a giant rat.
Yeah.
And my promise is gonna be okay.
Man. When you assume you make an ass out of me and you. I read that on a bumper sticker once. I said onks.
You can read?
No.
I didn't say I read it on a bumper sticker. I said I saw it on a bumper sticker.
Different.
If these were any other NPCs, one of you would have to roll mouth to convince that this is not. But I think they're both very gullible. So are just like, Dagny's like, oh, I apologize. I thought that you kind of had a lot going on that was the same as that other goblin with the rat that I saw, but I can see now you're totally different goblin. So
thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we're ready to go meet Nestor and then maybe try to get on Broadway.
Well,
and then you're gonna give us $3,500, right?
35.
You have to do the job first.
Yeah.
The job.
To meet Nestor, you gotta do a job. Nestor's very picky like that. You must understand, to get onto Broadway, it's not an easy thing. It's difficult. It's hard work, and Nestor always has people do a job first. It's very.
Have you ever met someone that got on Broadway easy?
Like a commercial or something that that we're gonna have to do, or like a modeling thing?
It's more of like cleaning things and
It's a
moving
trial.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a test. It's a test.
Nestor likes people that are well-rounded. It's very, I don't know why he tests tall people like this, but that's just what he does. I can't ask questions. I just follow the orders. And like Alex looks like kind of sad.
Dagny says, "Well, yeah, we're real good at doing cleaning kind of stuff, I guess. So Dolly used to work at a hotel and would work in the the laundry room, and I used to work at McDonald's, so we're both good at cleaning. So yeah,
I've read that McDonald's can be tough to clean. I've read all about it. You got this, kid.
Mew does read a lot, so if anyone would know, it would be Mew.
I've read everything.
Well,
yes.
Point us in the direction of what needs to be cleaned."
Yeah, but I think I think Unks like starts walking and is like, I don't know where we're going. And comes back.
You just looks directly at Ruff, just like Ruff has a map. They clearly know they know what they're doing. It's fine.
Yeah, I think Ruff, you would know where kind of like basically what you're having them do is go to like the start of where the gutters are, and then just like clean the whole thing.
On the way to like the Goblin.
Yeah. So you would definitely know where that is. It probably starts on like some tall building or something, and it is like a very like kind of rickety kind of thing that goes through the city and then ends in MUCKO. So definitely you have to like go up an elevator and like go out of like on this like balcony or whatever to have them clean this thing. And yeah, what do you tell that, like, so you go through like this whole thing that you have to do to get to like where the end of the gutter is, and are like standing on this thing, and there's like some scaffolding and stuff like that. It's a very wide gutter, so it's not like like narrow, like, oh, how are they gonna do this? Like literally it's like actually kind of like water slide vibes because it's like so big. So they can like get down in it and like just kind of go through the whole way. And they're kind of looking at it. You're all like standing in this like pipe. It's just like full of gunk. Like an open pipe.
Yeah.
And they're like, so you want us to clean like this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you get it. You get it.
And where should we put all the like muck and stuff? Is there like a truck or something that we're supposed to put it in?
I feel like he's kind of like looking over the edge of the.
Pull out
just like
all of the little pails from the store. No, don't worry about it. Just put it not in here.
Put it not in the pails?
No, not in the pails.
not
Take
in
it out of
the
the
sewers.
ditch. Take it out of this and just like kind of put it off to the side. It's New York. People are used to that. They can
So
call the
just-
city if they want something done with it.
So you just want us to, with our hands, just scoop out everything in this gutter and just throw it over the side, and then you're gonna give us $3,500, and then we can be on Broadway.
Yeah, you gotta talk to
Yes.
Nestor. He's the one this basically leads to his.
Literally, you're gonna find us right at the end.
I'm to aid them. I'm gonna say, you know what? Yeah, I don't think you kids have it in you tall ones. So I have.
I'm gonna offend them.
I don't think you can make it.
I have some friends.
Oh my god, this.
who
Oh.
are gonna come and help you out. And I pull a little weirdly shaped whistle out of a pocket, presumably, and I blow into it. And you hear scritch, scritch, scritch off in the distance, and then it gets louder and louder, and you see a horde of raccoons
Oh my god!
running from all around us, running towards
They're climbing
me.
up the building. Because you guys are like,
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're climbing up the building. Some of them are going through the building if they manage to get in. They're climbing up the fire escapes. They're getting in there. And as they come up, I go, my friends,
Oh my god.
we need to clean out the gutters.
mm.
I need you to help these tall ones who I believe, sorry if I'm stepping on your toes here, Taylor, are just
No, I think that's fair. I think they're scared. Dagny is like, this is that same goblin. I knew it. This is that same goblin.
no. What I need you guys to dig out with your little hands. I need you guys to dig out and empty out this gutter. Honestly, I forgot we were on a building, so honestly, just throw it up.
Get out.
It'll be it's the tall one problems now.
I feel like the raccoons are just going for it.
Yeah, they're already doing it.
I'll be entirely
I'm
honest.
just like,
I
these guys are ready for Broadway. Looks pointedly at the tall people.
Out of character, I did immediately think about doing this at the very beginning of the game to solve this problem.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I don't want it.
So here's what I think happens. You spend your focus to that, right? For that ability. Or is it just once per game? I can't remember. Okay, cool.
Oh no, it's once per errand. I can do it.
Oh, but do you have to spend your
Yeah.
do you have to spend the focus or no? I guess I can just look.
It doesn't specify.
Okay,
so I'm
cool. I'll
not
give you back the
sure.
spoon.
I know I have to spend my focus to have Bartholomew do tasks for me.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think you have to spend the focus, so I will keep it on you.
As an autistic person, I wish I had a Bartholomew in my life because one of the things that Bartholomew can do is comfort someone in emotional distress.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, please.
Oh my god.
We all deserve a Bartholomew. Please.
Like, I don't want to do that.
So what happens?
You're just holding
is-
each other.
Yeah.
Background.
Can I spend my focus? Sorry. Can I spend my focus to have Bartholomew go and offer emotional support to the twins?
Yeah. So here's what I think happens. Let me move the focus off of you. So there's this like wave of raccoons that start like climbing up the building and like digging through this muck. There's like muck flying over the sides everywhere. They are making really good time, to be honest. And there is like some water that's just already in here from like that's been kind of like dammed up in here. So the water too, like they're getting that going. I will say they are also pooping a lot. So there is some additional muck being generated because one of the things with your feet does say expect droppings. So
It's ethical. It's ethical bug though. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because my original plan, I had that as a part of it. But yeah, no, there's raccoon poop.
There's raccoon poop everywhere. And the twins are like
Except for in the
obviously
gutter.
freaked out. There is some in the gutter. They have to clean out themselves. So they're like generating some. No, they have to clean it out themselves is what I meant.
Yes.
So So the twins are like freaked out. You send Bartholomew over to like comfort them, and at first they're like they're scared of Bartholomew. So when he comes over, they're like a little bit freaked out. And I think what happens is there's like this moment where like Dagny reaches down to like kind of tentatively like pick up Bartholomew and like holds Bartholomew like a baby, and Dolly's like kind of petting, and they both like kind of calm down a little bit. Bartholomew like hops down, and then another wave of raccoons arrives and just kind of sweeps the two of them up.
Oh my god.
And they're like trying to also like clear out. They just kind of join this workforce of raccoons and are cleaning out the gutters. So you think that the pace that they're making is pretty good, even though it is getting kind of later in the day because you spent so much time at the swap shop.
It was important.
Yeah. It was really important.
Worth it.
You still have the money, which presumably you'll give to them when they finish clearing
Allegedly.
out. Yeah. What do you want to do about the regular water? So like the water from the city. Nasser had mentioned his brother had been using a lot of water from the city, so you could still go try to talk to Elon. You could also be like, I don't think we're gonna do this. Like, let's just go back home.
But what about the hot dogs? There's still 2 of them.
And there's still 2 more hot dogs as well. So what are your priorities? Because I'll say in game it's getting pretty close to the time the party is supposed to start. Out of game it's also 30 minutes from the time the stream is supposed to end. So
yeah.
So what are your plans? I don't think you're all going to be able to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. So where are your priorities at?
I'm kind of good to go in whatever decision. I think Unks would like want to try to get those hot dogs, but we'll also do other things.
I think
begrudgingly like go with other plans.
Yeah.
Bartholomew was like, okay, at this point, things derailed a lot. Boys, we're getting the water clean. And at the end of the day, we need to get to there's no watch. They've just seen people do that. To tell people do that to talk about time, they don't know why. Like, we need to go back before the party so we can, well, I don't know, tell Nasty to talk to these teenagers, maybe give Nastor the 35 so he can deal with that and pay the tall people. But I think we could, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't eaten all day and I could use a hot dog. And it's been a very long day. So if y'all want to grab a bite before going home, I don't think I can deal with Elon right now. You know, it's been a very long day.
I can never deal with Elon personally.
I know. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Worst. He's always trying to get that one thing going, you know?
Yeah.
He's always just like, Zed this, Zed that. Hey,
over his ex, to be honest.
the names were fine before.
Elon Musk, the king's brother, and an inventor.
Am I gonna start saying I Zedded something? That sounds stupid.
The implication is that was just Mila your feelings on Musk, because a New Yorker would not say Zed.
From New York.
There's a lot of Canadian tourists. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what changed because we have no pigeons.
Oh yeah, Americans say Zed.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yes,
really
I support this.
So yeah, that's Bartholomew's thing. Bartholomew is hungry, but Bartholomew needs to get home in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Gotta speed it up.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to, so you have 2 more hot dogs you need to get. I think maybe that Unks should roll legs, to basically see if you can get there fast enough, like before before you have to get home, because they're not super close together, the last 2 hot dog stands. So yeah, and then depending on the level of success, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think Unks is like, I know where they are. I'll like run off and go grab them and then come back.
Yeah.
Unks has just got like the like Roadrunner Looney Tunes like legs, like where it's just spinning.
I love that.
I'm going. Okay, I got a 5 and a 4 and then 2 3s.
Okay, so you could do one basically partial success with great effort, or you could have another complication and have 2 successes, which is just a success. So honestly, kind of similar vibes between those 2 options. So what do you think? I think we'll kind of just treat both as the same, because I think the outcome's kind of going to be the same, whether you decide to have a stumble or whether you just decide to do a partial success. So what is the complication? You get these 2 hot dogs, but it's not either it was with a great exertion or it's not quite what you were hoping for.
Trying to think. I wonder if I get. I wonder if I get them, but then getting back to y'all, I almost like get back like right as the party is starting. Like when y'all are back at the Ken, like that's where I'm like, I've been running along, and y'all like, I come back to like where I think you would have been, and it's like totally cleared out, and I'm like,
oh no,
wait, what?
Oh yeah.
I'm just catching up like at the Ken. I get there, I'm like sweating.
Oh
no. Yeah.
Tired.
So I have a question then for you. You get the last 2 hot dogs. You arrive for the party, but you're covered in sweat. You did get the free t-shirt. Are you wearing it, or are you saving it for later? Is the t-shirt sweaty or not, I guess is the question.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think maybe like a part of the complication is that I got the t-shirt, but I had to like give my like bespoke Goblin shirt away.
Yeah.
like I didn't
money
get
for
one
the
of
hot
the
dogs.
yeah, like, and I didn't like get the stamp for one of them or something, and so they're like, "You're supposed," and I'm like, "No, it's so far away."
Oh,
and then I'm
no.
like, and like the shininess of like hating my outfit from earlier, like I'm like, no wait, I actually really like this. I've like grown attached to it once again.
Oh no.
The new shirt that you get is almost like, I don't know if this makes any sense. It's similar to a tuxedo t-shirt in that it is meant to replicate something that it is not. The thing that it is replicating is a hot dog. So it's a t-shirt that makes it look like your torso just is a hot dog. And written in mustard on the hot dog, it just says, "Cool guy."
Oh my god.
And it is also
incredible.
Much too big for you, because it's like it's like a human-sized shirt.
Oh my god.
So it's so
like
big on
dragging on the ground, like it's almost like a t-shirt train.
Yes. Your legs are going so fast, you just keep tripping over the shirt.
That'd be the best.
Yeah,
pajama
the
t-shirts.
hot dogs don't look great. But Unks does make like a beeline to Mew to be like, "You said you were hungry," and like gives you these kind of weird, like smushed looking hot dogs.
There's probably like tears rolling down his face. Thank you. Just like gobbles them up. Like just one of them, just one. But like, You should give the other one to Ruff. Yeah, this one's mine though. So starving, hasn't eaten anything, has never left the house, and then went to Times Square.
Yeah.
And then just fell in love. Hired
He's
teenagers.
really had a whole journey.
Just legit on an empty stomach. Just probably just gonna plop to the ground and oh no, wait, gives Nestor the 35 and then goes, there's some tall people that are coming to talk to you. They want to go to Broadway. We fixed a water problem, one of them. Bye. Just actually turns around.
I can take him to Broadway. That's no problem.
Take him to Broadway.
Yeah, I'll take them to Broadway. Yeah.
Nestor's a bully to tall people.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I knew you would know because I don't know what they were talking about.
Yeah, I know where that is, so I could take them there really easily. So
I'm just wherever the tall people are, they're like, yeah, this is perfect.
They're somewhere behind and still cleaning out the gutter.
Oh my god.
Unks, before they give the hot dog, eats the middle part of it. And that is here. So it kind of works because it's two
split in two. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's you can't fool me twice.
Oh my heart.
You are back. So you're back at MUCKO. You deliver the money. Bartholomew is sitting on the ground. And the preparations are, getting ready for the party. There's not a ton of water available, but there are some people who heard that there was gonna be water, and so they're kind of waiting at the bottom of the spout where the gutter empties out into. I think Bartholomew, as you're sitting on the ground, someone comes over and kind of taps you on the shoulder. Hey, I heard that you wanted to talk about math, and this is this is Clanky.
Oh my god.
This is my OTP.
Yeah. Hi, Clanky. Yeah, well, I think we could talk about counting and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. I think the way you counted it was very cool.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear more about your simulations of the muck. That you
because I think too much, and then I can see thinking about all the things that can happen, and then you think if this happens, then all that, and we could counting would be very good for the simulations. I think that could be very good.
Well, I was kind of thinking for our date on Saturday that I know just the place that we could go.
Oh, that's great. I'm not gonna lie, I don't go to many places. So
have you ever heard of Wall Street?
Oh, I have read all about it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know it was real because it sounds too good.
Well, I got an in, so I think we could go out on the trade floor, and there's gonna be a lot of numbers flying around.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Wow, that sounds like a date. Yeah. Wow, I can't. That's
nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I forgot there was a sound effect for that.
I was like, what's happening?
little bit sorry.
No, I'm
Please
glad.
don't be.
No, it's good. I also was looking at all the channel point stuff. I was like,
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
let me do another
Uh,
unidentified because I actually made a bunch of different. Oh, that's funny. I did a bunch of different pigeon things. So the one I just did, it says that the pigeon poops on whoever's head redeemed it. So it's funny that I got that one. So I think that timing of that sound is great. So as Bartholomew, as you are looking at Clanky and like having this connection where you're talking about what your plans are going to be, there is this big squelching sound, not from like right by you, but from like a little bit behind you, as this cascade of gunk begins shooting out of the end of the gutter and flying into the Hudson River. And
Oh my
these
God.
all of these raccoons and other creatures that were like in the gutter already that just kind of got swept up in this cascade, and also these two teenagers just kind of like buffeted by this flood of gunk and raccoons go flying out of the end of the gutter and into the Hudson River. And all the goblins start cheering as like clear water starts to like come through. And
the
start
party
cleaning
started.
themselves off.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Now it's a party. Us is just like they pull out their like little speaker that had like the music, the little radio, and they're like blasting it.
Yeah, what does everybody do during the party? The party start like everyone's like, it doesn't matter if it was supposed to start later. It's starting now. People are super excited. What is everybody doing at the party?
Unks is on the dance floor for like the majority of the night. They're
Yeah.
like
That's amazing.
they're dancing around. I think like instead of like to mimic like those light up dance floors, they have like a bunch of fairy lights that are like flickering all over and are just kind of put in like squares and stuff. Every once in a while someone steps on them and they kind of like a few goblins have to come out and like fix them, like replace one of the bulbs and put them back. They're like Christmas tree lights, so like when one goes out the whole thing is out.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so cute though.
Yeah, what about the other two of you? What are you doing at the party?
I'd like to go last.
Oh, okay. It was probably grounding. Just like, yeah, I don't know if Clanky stayed after like,
Yeah.
they're like looking, staring off a distance and like talking about simulations and numbers and stuff, or just like, yeah, but staying quiet for a lot of it, just like had a very intense day and apparently about to have a very intense life if you know, it just goes to Wall Street and then, you know, finally my career path is gonna like start happening.
Your whole life
Which
is ahead
is-
of you.
Right? And maybe with this guy right here. So like, yeah. Just doing a lot of thinking and a lot of breathing probably. Enjoying the party in the way only Bartholomew would know. Sitting
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah. What about
Um,
Rolf?
I'm out back. I imagine we're close to the Hudson, and I think I'm kind of like on like a little like river thing, and me and Bartholomew are chilling, and that. Sorry, my screen just turned off. And then we are chilling, and I'm talking to Bartholomew. But if you were to watch, you would also get the idea that I was maybe talking to someone else that's there. And as I sit here and I buy one of those big sewer circle thingies, inside of it, you hear an unidentified flying object noise come out from the sewer, and it sounds really big. And then you hear a little tip, 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 and then you see a pigeon head put its head out and coo in a very cute little pigeon way. And I say, this is why you two are my best friends, to Bartholomew and to the pigeon. Page Bartholomew.
That's very good. All of you do get titles in the time after this. So if you complete an errand, you get a title. I'll say there is also a thing where you can get half a title. Basically, if you do a side quest kind of thing, you get like half of a title. So I think because you kind of did half of an errand, basically you got the gutter cleaned out, but the other source of water, who knows what Elon was doing?
I mean, that is accurate. That is just factually correct. Who knows?
There's no way to know. You each get the title or the half title of gutter. So in the future, other things that you do, you can add to that. So it'll be gutter something, usually with a hyphen. But for Unks, you actually get another half title because you did a side quest.
Yeah.
Actually, and Bartholomew would as well, because Bartholomew's side quest was like the counting thing, and I think going to Wall Street on a date, that counts as that. So Unks, the half title that you get for doing a side quest is dog. So you can do gutter dog or dog gutter, however you want those two titles to be.
Gutter dog.
And I think then for Bartholomew, the half title you get is count. So you could be count gutter.
Gutter
or gutter
count.
dog.
Gutter.
Yeah.
Count gutter.
Count gutter is so good.
Please, count gutter. That is so good.
So that's Goblin Errands. That's what the game is. This is super, super fun.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you again to Shark Bomb Studios for providing us with a PDF for this game. If you are a game designer and you want your game to be played on a stream, that's not what the command is. I think it's this. Oh,
Submit.
I don't remember what the command is. Submit. Yeah, this is out of context. I think I'll find the command. Anyway, I do have Incredibly Indie as a series that you can submit your games to and have them played on stream, just like this one was. And I think with that, we should go around and in reverse order from how we did the introductions, you can each let people know what else you have going on, where people can find you, other projects that you're working on, all of that good stuff. And this time we're going to start with Rue.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rue. My pronouns are she, her. I was Unks, whose pronouns were he, they. I do kind of a lot of different things in TTRPG. I design games and write and edit as well. The most recent project I just kind of finished doing things on was the game Jukebox, which is a musical karaoke game. So I just finished up creating my playset for that, which was a mix of Bollywood and kind of those like 80s, 90s teen saving the community center kind of vibe stories. So in this one, you're teens trying to save the local Diwali festival from a corporation that is like slowly encroaching on your small town. So yeah, there's a lot of like fun music that's both Bollywood inspired, and then the other set is like indie pop rock kind of music. So yeah, you can go ahead and check that out. Their Kickstarter finished up I think a couple of weeks ago, so probably from that link you'll be able to kind of find if they have pre-orders and backer kit stuff. But that is what I've got going on for now, and then I've got some other things down the line, but I cannot talk about them yet. But you can look at my card that has all my socials and projects that I've done in the past.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and that link should be in chat now. Sunny, what about you? If you can be found, where can you be found?
Hi, I'm Sunny. When I'm online, I'm loving Sunny. In most places, you'll hopefully see more of me. any pronouns for me, and I've played Bartholomew, he, him pronouns. What a guy.
A big
I've
day.
been doing live stuff for the entirety of this year, but I've, as of now, slowly going to be creeping back into the online space. I'll probably be playing farming games and raising money for charity along the year. So if you do like the vibes, these are usually the vibes, and you can find me on, I think, Twitch. I think there are the links on the card as well.
Mhm.
So there is not going to be a lot of activity for now, but there will be, hopefully. So if you would like to follow me, do it. But also follow the rest of the people as well, because they're doing stuff and they're great. And yeah, it's been very lovely to be here, and I'm excited to be doing things again. It was very great.
Yes, this is so much fun. Rue, if you send me the link for Jukebox, I have links turned
gotcha.
off in chat, but if you send it to me, I can post it. Or Mila, actually.
Yeah.
I can also post it.
Yeah, I was
Or
literally in
Mod.
the process of sending a message being like, hey, send me the link.
Yeah, if you put it in the
Let me
Goblin
do that.
Errands chat, then either of us can post it. Mila, what else do you have going on? Where can people find you?
Hello. You can find me on the internet in a few different places. My card is in chat. You can find me here on Twitch. I've been trying to get back into it and streaming video games. I also want to do study sessions because I have a thesis due that I keep postponing. I've also been doing some trophy hunting, Kingdom Hearts, Shockfall Shocks, and also playing some Hollow Knight, and just generally chilling out. So that's fun. I'm also on Twitter, probably too much. And yeah, you can find me in a whole bunch of different places. But yeah.
I just remembered this. I think I put it in chat earlier, but totally forgot to say at the beginning of the stream. If you enjoyed this game, first of all, buy it, which I probably didn't say before. The link is in chat. But also, just fortuitously, this was not planned at all. It just happened to be the case. There is a Goblin Errands game jam running from April 30th to May 30th. So if you are watching and you're a game designer, or even if you're not a game designer and you're like, I could do something for this, you could write your own playbook, you could write your own errand, you could write your own setting, like all kinds of different stuff, other like mechanics, all that great stuff. The link is in chat right now. It'll also be in the YouTube description. But it's itch.io/jam/goblin errands jam with dashes in between those words. So you should totally do that because this is a really fun game and it's very like rules light. And I think would be, if you're looking to get into designing games, I think this would be a good entry point. As for, oh, Mila, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just really wanted to quickly say that the PDF is beautiful and the art and everything in the game looks really lovely. It's really fun to flip through and it's really fun to look at, which I personally really like in my games. Oh my goodness, you just came out of the darkness.
That was terrifying. The fuck out of me.
I'm so sorry for the jump scare. It scared me. Anyway, the most terrifying sand-color green hill. But yes, no, it's a really nice game, and like I really look for that when I, get games, and I can really vouch for this one.
Yeah, the art is great. The art is really good.
It's amazing, and it's also good to read. Like they write it in a way that it's easy to understand, which is really helpful as well. And it's color coded usually.
Yeah. Yes. It's great. So check it out. Think about writing a game or writing a part for the game jam. As for me, you can find me online pretty much everywhere at Roll for Felicity, Tumblr, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever, all those places, Instagram. I try to post content on all of them, but it goes in waves. And I do have some fun stuff coming up. So on Monday, the 22nd of this month, I'm playing a 2-player game also for the incredibly indie series of a game called Abducted, which is kind of a humorous game where one person plays a person who has been abducted by aliens and the other person plays the alien or aliens. And so you're like kind of going back and forth. And then on the 22nd, I think it's the last Saturday of this month, I will be doing another Over the Table stream. Over the Table is my series where I have on guests and read them all the TTRPG stories from the internet, but pretty much Reddit, and we talk about our opinions and what we think about it. The one this month is Kitty Stryker and Ava Couture are going to come back on. They were on a couple months ago. Because when they were on, they were like, we thought these stories were going to be way nastier. You need to bring us, like, the nasty stories. And so this episode this month is going to be the nasty ones. So all the gross, weird TTRPG horror stories of, like, oh, my DM had this weird fetish that they brought into the game. Those are the kind of stories we're going to be reading.
Ball bearings ruined my world.
Yeah, that was one of the ones.
When you said Marvels, that's what I thought of, and I was upset. I was like,
yeah, the last over the table, there was a story that was this person who was like, my DM had this homebrew world where like all metal was gone, but it's D&D. They were playing D&D 5th edition, and the player was a rogue, and so their inventory started with steel ball bearings, and so the DM was like, these are worth thousands of gold pieces, and you're ruining my world because you have these.
Oh my god!
So just had them like killed. It's basically like your character goes into an inn and the room starts getting really hot, and then they tried to escape and the guards were like, you're escaping from somewhere, so you must be evil, and just like killed them because they had steel ball bearings. Yeah, so those are the kind of stories.
If that's appealing to you, you can go back and watch 2.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Mila. Those are on YouTube, so yeah, you can go back and watch them. And I've been posting them on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, parts of them. But yeah, that's everything that I have going on. So I think that's where we're gonna end the stream. That's typically how it goes. Do you all want to say goodbye to the chat and goodbye to the YouTube VOD?
Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, YouTube VOD.
Bye.